Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. I am Nana Tufuo Boateng. The show is an interesting one, but more importantly, it is an interactive one. And so we invite you to join us with your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. This morning, let us know what you're thinking about. At the same time, let us know what you think about the subjects that we'll be discussing this morning on the show. We'll get into the news review segment where I engage my guests. I ask them relevant questions. They bring different perspectives to the topics. And then, of course, you also join us with your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. And then later, Philip and Chris will take over to run you through some community segments where we seek to unearth challenges, not always challenges, but sometimes, if you like, endeavors embarked upon by individuals in several communities, all with the aim to shape, to build, to transform our various localities, our various communities. So stay with us throughout the entire show. As I have mentioned, it is interactive. Join us on our socials. Okay, we're streaming live on Facebook. We're streaming on YouTube as well. We're engaging on X, on Instagram, and we have some exclusive video content for you on TikTok. So go subscribe, go like, go follow, go share. Okay, alrighty. Now, this morning, we want to encourage you to eat Ghana, because we believe that when you eat Ghana, you are building Ghana. So help us to build this country, help us to grow our local economy, help us to ensure sustainability, the sustenance of the livelihood of a local farmer, help us to ensure that a local rice farmer is able to put their children through school. So eat Ghana, build Ghana. Eat fresh, eat Ghana, build the future. Fresh from our farms to your plate. Eat fresh, eat Ghana, build the future. Fresh from our farms to your plate. Alrighty, now look at this one. Let your meal make a difference. Choose Ghana first. We are saying choose Ghana first because anytime you buy a foreign product, you are investing in a foreign economy. An economy you do not know of and has no benefit to you. But when you choose Ghana first, you are investing in a Ghanaian economy that will be beneficial to both you and I. And of course, to the farmer who goes to plant, who goes to till, who goes to sow, who goes to harvest, for you and I to have food to eat. So let your meal make a difference. Choose Ghana first. Taste the effort. Taste Ghana. Let your meal make a difference. Choose Ghana first. Taste the effort. Taste Ghana. So all we are asking you is to eat Ghana, build Ghana. This initiative is by 97.3 City FM with support from Channel One Television and in partnership with Agri Impact Limited, the MasterCard Foundation, and the 24-hour economy and accelerated export development. So I want to say thank you to these organizations, the 24-hour economy and accelerated export development, the MasterCard Foundation, and Agri Impact Limited. Thank you so much. We're grateful to you. Now, this month, this February, love is in the air. Love is on radio. Branch in the city on 97.3 is sharing love, is bringing love, and love is calling. Will your boo answer? Love is calling. Will your boo answer? So we're bringing you love in the city. Hashtag is your boo, your boo. And of course, don't forget to hashtag us on social media with the hashtag branch in the city. It's from the 2nd to the 13th of February, every weekday from 10 a.m. To 12 noon. 10 a.m. to 12 noon. So we're asking that you join us so we can spread love. It's the month of love. And the big question is your boo your boo? Is your boo your boo? That's the big question for the month. Is your boo your boo? And we're asking you to join us on radio 97.3 City FM. And let's see if your boo is your boo. When love calls, will your boo answer? Love in the City is brought to you by 97.3 City FM, and it's sponsored by Africa World Airlines AWA. Africa World Airlines AWA. 4 Points by Sheraton. 4 Points by Sheraton and Cream Bakery. We want to say thank you to Africa World Airlines. Thank you to 4 Points by Sheraton. Thank you to Cream Bakery for sponsoring Love in the City. So the entire month of February is the month of love. We know Val's Day is on the 14th, and so we're running Love in the City from the 2nd to the 13th. And we're asking, is your boo your boo? Now, from the month of love, you know, we're enjoying so much love in the month of February. We're taking that month into our month of heritage, our month of culture, our month of tradition. The Heritage Month is in March, the 3rd month of the year, but we're taking off from the 1st to the 8th of March with the Heritage Caravan 2026. It is the 10th anniversary edition, so it promises to be spectacular. And as you would expect, a 10th anniversary edition is coming, you know, with the right sponsorship to make sure that our patrons get the right experience as we have advertised. So this morning we want to say thank you to our sponsors. We're saying thank you to Piva Beverages. Piva Beverages for refreshing the caravanites, as we like to call them, with their drinks and their water. Thank you so much to Piva Beverages. Let's say thank you to Omni Basic Bank. Omni Basic Bank for also sponsoring, partnering the Heritage Caravan. Then we have Hollard Insurance. Hollard Insurance. Thank you to Hollard Insurance as well. We're grateful to you for your years of partnership. GB Foods is on board, and this time they're on board with 2 products. They have Gino. Let's say thank you to GB Foods for sponsoring us with Gino. And then there's the Didi Shito. So thank you also to GB Foods for bringing us the Gino and then the Didi Shito. Then we have our official timekeepers, Caveman Watches, making a debut as a sponsor on the Heritage Caravan. I want to say thank you to Caveman Watches also for being part of the caravan. Thank you to Nanesh Rice for being part of the Heritage Caravan. And now we have the Add Me Granite Paste. Add Me Famika. So add me, spread me your bread, you understand? Yeah. Goyle, good energy, fuel for the nation. Thank you so much to Goyle also for being part of the Heritage Caravan. Minimi Achumo. So while we are traveling the length and breadth of the country, we are chewing on some Achumo in the bus and we are jamming. So Minimi Achumo, thank you so much for also being part of the Heritage Caravan. This morning we want to appreciate all our partners, all our sponsors. We say thank you, kudos, and we look forward to a wonderful experience on the Heritage Caravan. Thank you so much. Now jump onto the Google Play Store this morning, where you can download the Channel One News online app and have access to the news. The news is relevant, it's factual, it is accurate. So go onto the Google Play Store, download the Channel One News online app, and have access to the news wherever you are. All right, this is news in your pocket, literally. So whatever device it is that you're using, install the Channel One News online app on it and you have access to the news. Now, I have an issue. First off, I want to congratulate the Greater Accra Regional Minister for being proactive, for taking action, because over the years, just like slums spring up, we see them coming up and nobody takes action. It begins with one kiosk, one container, and before you know it, it is a fully blown slum community. All right, same thing happens, and I keep saying that we're developing without planning, and I blame the assemblies, okay, because they issue the permits. How is it that a structure is being put up under a flyover, and this is a concrete structure? Can you imagine? And the threat it poses. So the Greater Accra Regional Minister has moved in, stopped the construction, and asked that a second look is taken at this. The assembly in charge is asked to, if you like, review the permits of the developer. And for me, it is scandalous that you have a construction under a flyover. I just can't make head and tail of it. And it is just commendable that the minister has taken this action. That's Linda Obenewa Akwili Oklu. I want to say thank you to her, because this structure, if allowed to continue, will, can overlook or could rise beneath a major overpass near a police station in one of Accra's prime municipalities, and it's dangerous. So the minister posted on her Facebook yesterday on the actions she had taken. So that's a statement from the minister on her Facebook. It has come to my attention that a new structure is being erected at the overpass in close proximity to the East Legon police station. In the interest of public safety, urban planning, integrity, and strict adherence to our regional special regulations, I conducted an unscheduled site inspection earlier today, that's yesterday, accompanied by my technical team. Upon engaging the personnel on site, it was claimed that the project was backed by a valid permit. However, the positioning of this structure presents significant concerns regarding the right-of-way and potential obstructions to vital public infrastructure. So she issued some immediate directives that will include the cessation of the construction, the development, and I think it is a very, very commendable. Okay, it's the same thing that we do, this lazy approach of allowing people to construct everywhere and later we come and explain. It is dangerous, and we hope that this will be replicated in other assemblies, because elsewhere we are seeing construction under high tension poles, these pylons belonging to Gridco and the likes, and of course we know the radiation and the danger that it poses. Even more alarming is the reported approval of shops built beneath high tension transmission lines at Bayre Junction. This is Jowlu. Okay, it is not poor planning. Hear me, it is not poor planning. It is state sanctioned endangerment of human lives. This is not poor planning. It is state sanctioned endangerment of human lives. And if you treat your citizens as second-hand citizens, that's when you allow some of these things to happen. And that's the danger we are facing. So, with this attitude of issuing permits first and then we explain disasters later should stop. The same way we issue permits in waterways, same way we issue permits under high tension transmission lines. Now we are issuing permits under flyovers, overpass. Why? So we issue permits and then we'll come and explain disasters later. It's not correct. The MCE, under whose purview this has happened, should be called to explain. The coordinator, the municipal coordinator, should come and explain. The local engineer should come and explain why a permit has been issued to a developer at such a place. But this morning we want to say thank you and kudos to the regional minister, Linda Obenewa Akwili Oklu, for taking decisive action on this. Review the permit. We don't care if it's a valid permit or not. The siting or the positioning or location of this particular development is a not. So thank you, and all other MCs should watch and learn. If this action is taken across the country, we'll see some level of sanity, okay? And then we'll see some, if you like, free flow of traffic, and of course some dignity, respect to our sanitation, our waste. Because it's the same way that we do, and now we have something called perennial flooding. We'll give permits to people to build on waterways. We allow people to put up structures anywhere haphazardly, and before you know, there's a slum community. And then when it rains, there's flooding. And we'll come back and say, Abine government. So let's stop issuing permits now haphazardly and explaining disasters later when they happen. Food for thought. Good morning and thank you. Welcome. Let's get into our newspapers for today. Let's go into the Daily Guide newspaper. Front page has Baba Jamal. Baba Jamal. Ayawasu East NDC vote buying saga. Majority calls for polls annulment as OSP probes case. I think the Daily Guide is a bit late on this particular story, but we can pardon them. It's been a busy period for the news. So Ayawasu East NDC vote buying saga. Majority calls for poll annulment as OSP probes case. Gold Board CEO honored at RTP Awards. Sad one here, KNUST student falls to his death. KNUST student falls to his death. SkyTrain trial. Court rejects AG's re-examination of witness. SkyTrain trial. Court rejects AG's re-examination of witness. Richard Asiedu appointed E1 President General. Richard Asiedu appointed EWANF President General. So that's the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Let's go to the Chronicle, where, of course, you are guaranteed a scripture for the day. Major story on the front page of the Chronicle newspaper. Guard of Honor. Menchia reacts to Domahene's demand. Guard of Honor. Menchia reacts to Domahene's demand. Gold Board CEO named Best Public Company CEO. So RTP is now awarding CEOs of SOEs. Hey, RTP is supposed to be what? Radio and Television Presenters Award. Oh, I'm dreaming. Anyways, let me mind my business this morning. Parliament must do the people's business. Parliament must do the people's business. Valco cannot survive on IGF alone. That's according to the GIADEC CEO. That's the Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation CEO. Amabua, that's the Lands Minister, Emmanuel Amakofibua, to commission Nkassim Abompe Cooperative Mining Projects. Amabua to commission Nkassim Abompe Cooperative Mining Projects. Now let me bring you the scripture for today, as captured on the front page of the Chronicle, and please listen. Proverbs 15:18. A hot-tempered man stirs up strife, but he who is slow to anger quiets contention. A hot-tempered man stirs up strife, but he who is slow to anger quiets contention. Proverbs 15:18. May the Lord bless the reading of his word. Let me check out the back page. Oh, a few sports stories. So English Premier League fixtures. Tottenham, Newcastle lock horns in a bottom half battle. Oh, Charlie. Manchester United travel away to face West Ham. Chelsea host Leeds United at Stamford Bridge. Everton, Bournemouth face off at Hale Dickinson Stadium. So these are sports stories on the back page of the Chronicle newspaper. This morning, Daybreak is here. Daybreak says ECG MD's contract extension expires today. Oh, Daybreak. ECG MD's contract extension expires today. Occupy Ghana calls for criminalization of vote buying. MIF, Minerals Income Investment Fund, predicts strong GSE performance. And then you have the Gold Board CEO being honored at RTP Award story as well on the front page of the Daybreak newspaper. The Hawk came in. The Hawk came flying down. And story says, vote buying diplomat axed. So that's the Baba Jamal story. Ayawasu East, MPP, NDC primaries. NPA boss boast of tight grip on fuel market. Fair price and tight oversight keep investors and consumers happy. Ministry of Finance moves to Kanda. Government pays school feeding caterers. Meals secured for millions of pupils. NDC in chaos over dirty primary. Big guns demand rerun. No money, no white wedding. Duncan Williams speaking there. No money, no white wedding. So that's the Hawk newspaper. Let me bring you some business stories from the Economy Times. Economy Times, and we ask that the good Lord continues to keep Elom Desewu in his bosom. That's the founder of the Economy Times, who passed away somewhere last year. May he continue to rest in peace. NPA's bold move to secure Ghana's fuel future hailed amid enforcement challenges. NPA's bold move to secure Ghana's fuel future hailed amid enforcement challenges. Ghana takes giant towards a gold. Okay. I'm sure it's supposed to say giant step. Ghana takes giant step towards gold refinery. Begins with artisanal sector. Ghana takes giant step towards gold refinery. Begins with artisanal sector. Window of opportunity. Non-interest banking redefining Ghana's financial strategy in the boardroom. Window of opportunity, non-interest banking redefining Ghana's financial strategy in the boardroom. So that's the Economy Times newspaper for you this morning. Now let's go online quickly and bring you some stories from our web portals. I'm going to start with channel1newsonline.com. Let's check out what stories they're leading with. How Cocoa Board fell from 1.8 billion cedis equity to 3.8 billion cedis deficit. Randy Abbey explains. So that's the CEO of Ghana Cocoa Board. He was on the Point of View last night with Bernard Avler, and a number of stories coming out from that interview. Again, Randy Abbey says over 333,000 tons of cocoa undelivered in 2023-2024 season. Over 333,000 tons of cocoa undelivered in 2023-2024 season. Randy Abbey again says, I inherited over 32 billion cedis debt at Cocoa Board. I inherited over 32 billion cedis debt at Cocoa Board. That's according to the CEO, Dr. Randy Abbey. Ayawasu East Primary, majority petition won't influence FEC decision. That's according to Mustafa Gbande. We know that the Functional Executive Committee, FEC, of the NDC, National Democratic Congress, will be meeting later today. The committee tasked to investigate the alleged vote buying during the Ayawasu East NDC primary is expected to present its report today. We'll keep our eyes on that and bring you updates in a subsequent programming. Occupy Ghana urges criminalization of vote buying in party primaries. Occupy Ghana urges criminalization of vote buying in party primaries. There will be unrest if NDC announce Ayawasu East primary. That's the Zongo chiefs speaking. There will be unrest if NDC announce Ayawasu East primary. NDC vote buying probe committee confident of meeting deadline. Kratchi East, several injured in Ehwe. Zamrama fishermen clash. Several injured in Ehwe and Zamrama fishermen clash. Abu Treka sues FBI Iyoko for 10 million cedis over alleged unlawful detention. Abu Treka sues the FBI and Iyoko for 10 million cedis over alleged unlawful detention. Geopolitical risk to shape Ghana's external sector in 2026. That's according to MIF. Transparency International condemns alleged vote buying in Ayawasu East NDC primary. Kwame Gavin Sagboja, that's the minister in charge of roads and highways, says Suame interchange modification offers better value for money. And you have Ayawasu East NDC executives reject calls to annul primary. Let me now take you to citynewsroom.com. Ghana is quietly ditching ATMs as mobile money takes over banking. Ghana is quietly ditching ATMs as mobile money quietly takes over banking. Offenso MP to Cocoa Board. Tell cocoa farmers the truth. Offenso MP to Cocoa Board. Tell cocoa farmers the truth. Randy Abbey says Cocoa Board failed to supply over 300,000 tons of cocoa in 2023-2024 season. Baba Jamal appears before NDC panel, rejects vote buying claims. Baba Jamal appears before NDC panel, rejects vote buying claims. 26 billion cedis cocoa road contracts. Jute sack waste fueled Cocoa Board debt. That's according to Randy Abbey. Agohum says Ayawasu East controversy favors NPP ahead of by-election. So Divine Agohum is the MPP's Greater Accra Regional Chairman. Again, Ayawasu East, majorities call for annulment unwarranted. That's according to Mustafa Gbande. Ayawasu Zongo chiefs caution against annulment of NDC Ayawasu East primary. Occupy Ghana calls for criminalization of vote buying in party primaries. So you get details of these stories and several others online. Go to citynewsroom.com as well as channel1newsonline.com. This morning, let's say good morning to Enoch Robin Hood, also known as Tumchi, also known as Sources. We know you're tuned in. We say good morning to you. Do have a splendid day. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the news review segment.
anything that is on paper, he can bring to life in the most majestic way. But he's coming to make a very special, very popular Israeli dish. It's of North African origin. Professor Roy Horowitz.
Wow, what an introduction.
Well, you deserve it.
Thank you
It was
so
all
much.
true, wasn't it? Tell us the name of this dish.
Well, it's called shakshuka.
Shakshuka.
Shakshuka, a very basic dish actually, which is very popular in Israel. It's not the national dish. The national dish is called falafel.
Falafel.
Oh, the smell.
Smells delicious.
But full spoons. Full spoons.
Okay.
2 of these.
Alright.
And we need the paprika, the sweet paprika. This is the sweet paprika?
Yes, it is.
So we just cover it and we let it now just cook for some 10 minutes, something like that.
So, shakshuka.
Yeah.
How do we do it?
And what we usually do is that we break the bread and we dip it into the sauce and we take it.
Come on.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Jimmy Mayonnaise, Kivu Spices, and Lily Rice.
Bestie, meet my lovely family.
I mean, we can do that whilst I'm seated and eating. Let me put on the food before we eat.
He will be here for days, and I only find out at a family dinner on the day that he arrives.
Morning, family.
Everything in my kitchen is actually gone.
You know, in the UK, I work like a donkey, but here, I eat like a monkey.
My noodles just vanished like a spirit had branch.
He finished my slightly burnt oil rice.
Half a crate of eggs cannot just poof, disappear.
Good morning,
Lesa, have you by any chance gone to the kitchen?
Madam, unless the kitchen wants to be my sleep, you are being in the kitchen.
If I die, wouldn't you serve food at my funeral?
Heaven save us! Now what's
Bestie,
Wait, Dad, I'm sure he's gone.
Good morning.
I thought you were gone.
The Blankson family is here. The vibe is too much.
We are gearing up for the trip of a lifetime. Heritage Caravan 2026. From 1st to 8th March 2026, 8 days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We're touring Ghana in the most spectacular way on the Heritage Caravan, exploring the beauty, history, and stories that make our nation unique. Rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and OT, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. The Heritage Caravan 2026 will be fun, educative, refreshing, and most of all, remarkable. Stay connected. Follow Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM across all social media platforms for updates and join the conversation using the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2026. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from City FM.
And it's proudly sponsored by Hollard Insurance, Piva Beverages, Omni Basic Bank, Caveman Watches, Gino, Gigi Shito, Goyle, Minimi Achumo, and Admi Granite Paste. And it's supported by Nana's Rice.
Heritage Caravan 2026, experience Ghana like never before.
Hello there. Thank you for keeping faith with us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. It's time for the news review segment. We get the right guests, we ask them the right questions. They bring varying perspectives to the various topics that we'll be discussing. We ask you to join us because the show is interactive. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. We'll do our best to read them out to you. We're streaming live on Facebook. We're streaming on YouTube. We are very interactive and engaging on X as well as Instagram. We have some exclusive video content for you on TikTok. So do well to subscribe, to like, to share, and of course, hit the follow button. This morning, the gentlemen are here. They are seated. We'll do a quick introduction and then we'll get into the conversations. Lamtig Apanga Council is the Deputy CEO of the Gaming Commission Ghana. The Deputy Commissioner.
Acting.
Yes. It's important that we put it there. Acting. Yeah. Council, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, my brother.
Good to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Yeah. Richard Jemfi is a member of the New Patriotic Party's communications team. And I want to believe this is your debut.
Yes,
this is your first time.
First time at Channel One.
Making an appearance.
Although I'm a super fan of Channel One.
We're grateful.
So I must put that on record.
We're grateful.
So it's a privilege to be here.
And we are grateful also that you are able to bless us with your knowledge and, of course, your communication skills. Good morning and welcome. It's good to have you. Let's get straight into it. We're going to Ayawaso East. We all know what happened. There was an NDC primary over the weekend. The Honorable Baba Jamal came tops as a candidate for the by-election in March. However, there were few fallouts. Allegations of vote buying followed. The NDC itself commissioned an investigation into same. That committee is expected to present its report today. The majority caucus in the House is calling for the annulment of the results of that particular election, but the constituency executives are asking the majority to do fiasem and leave them alone to handle their own business. I've also heard the Zango chiefs, if you like, urge some caution that an annulment could lead to some unrest. Council, where do you stand on this? I mean, we want to appreciate the party for the position it's taken to investigate this particular matter. But the issue of vote buying and how entrenched it has become in our body politic.
Well, thank you very much, Nana, and good morning to you and good morning to my brother Richard. I think that we need to discuss this not in isolation to Ayawaso East, but we must see it as a general issue across the country and something that has become a pattern in our modern politics, which we may have to agree to address drastically, because it is slowly getting into thresholds that are becoming alarming and worrying. Because if you allow these things to continue for a long time, what we are likely to have is that we only would have people who can pay more to be in control, and not because they have better principles or better ideas and can lead the people well.
True.
Over time, we have allowed money to play so much significant role in our body politics that if we are not careful, would descend into a point where it's not good at all. I mean, look at generally the architecture of our politics in Ghana now. People belong to political parties as members of political parties, supposed to pay dues to sustain the party. But the parties don't even have systems to collect these dues to ensure that they are dues paid. What we have seen is that over time, when we open opportunity for registration of new members, people who have interest in pursuing political office, either being parliamentary candidates or being constituency executives, end up sponsoring others to get onto the register, pay their dues for them. And what does the party? The party mostly will tell you that, oh, pay the dues for the next 2-3 years, so you qualify. Then people who have interest will say, okay, I'll pay on your behalf. So we don't really get original, organic members who are determined, who believe in the ideas of the party and say that I am committing myself, I love the party, I love the idea, I love what the party stands for. For that reason, I am sacrificing my quota. And look at some of the dues. Amounts involved sometimes 2 cedis a month, and that's small. It is to allow the person down there to be able to support the party. But we don't do it. So we end up supporting them. Then in the course of time, they will also support us. And then there's the demand. So it has become purely transactional.
Yeah.
Where I'm doing it for you and you do it for me. And as we've done this over time, we have, in the subconscious of our people, put in the mind that whenever it is time for primaries, it's a cocoa season for delegates. I mean, we have people complaining at the grassroots that they are unable to reach government appointees. They are able to have opportunities to equal office or opportunities that come as a result of their party being in power, or even if the party is in opposition, opportunities that are supposed to go around to everyone. Obviously, we know that opportunities are limited. True. And it can't be enough for everyone. But as and when sometimes they want fairness, they want openness, but they don't get to see it. So there are complaints. So the moment an opportunity comes, that you come and stand before them and say that I want to be elected to be a parliamentary candidate, I want to be elected to go into parliament, then the demand starts. No matter the fine ideas you have, the demand starts. I mean, listen, we need to agree to call a spade and all agree as a country that, listen, we are going to be strict on this and enforce it. It is rather unfortunate that Baba Jamal's incident happened to be an example at hand that is testing the NDC's principle as far as these things are concerned. But I'm happy and I applaud the party that immediately it came to the party's attention. A press statement was issued condemning the action and distancing the party from the actions of what was speculated and what we all saw on TV and radio and everywhere. And so obviously the party does not endorse it. The party has gone ahead to set a committee. I hear the committee has started work. Even some of the candidates were asked to appear before the committee to help them ascertain the allegations. What I'm expecting is that the party will take a strong stand on it. It's rather unfortunate that before the committee even finish its report and submit same, we have the majority in parliament also taking a stand. I mean, those stands for me are a bit unfortunate because you see, it tends to prejudice the outcome of what the committee will do. I mean, you are preempting, and you bear with me that the majority leader was originally a member of the committee,
the investigative committee,
until subsequently his name was replaced by the name of former MP.
He withdrew based on the position of the majority caucus.
Fair enough, which is okay, and I think it's good that he withdrew. But I didn't think that it was good enough to make those positions public, because by making the position public, it's just a matter that is pending before court, and you come out to make some prejudicial comment.
The beneficiary of the by-election will join this caucus. The majority is a key stakeholder in the NDC and is interested in the activities of the party. So I think they have the liberty to make their position known.
Of course, yes. But you see, your liberties must also come within the space that it should not be seen as overstepping the boundary of an institution that has been given the power and authority to take that decision. I mean, by doing that, you are telling the committee that this is your position already. So if the committee takes any decision that is adverse to what you have said, then you are going to have problems. Secondly, in the unlikely event, or in the event that Baba Jamal is finally endorsed by the party, how will this same majority caucus accept him in the House? How are they going to be able to campaign with him on the ground? Do you understand? So we'll create some problems for ourselves. But mind you, it is difficult to find anybody in parliament today who did not do what Baba Jamal did.
Baba Jamal allegedly did.
He admitted that he did anyway.
He has denied it.
He said that he gave a gift. He gave them out as gift. Anyway.
He says he's been doing it since, so it is not to induce.
Well, what he said he's been doing since is that he's been setting out money to give out interest-free loans to his constituents, which is empowering them to be able to live their lives. That's what he said in effect. But as far as giving out the gift is concerned, he said that he gave out some gifts. It's quite difficult to find. I mean, let's all be. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. If we all want to hold Baba Jamal to some standard, we must, as well as possible, be able to at least say that we are as clean as we're supposed to be. The fact that you were not caught or you did not admit it does not make you a better person than perhaps Baba Jamal. I don't support what happened. I don't think it is right for us to induce voters to vote in a particular manner. We must allow people to make their decision to vote for us or otherwise, based on our principles, based on our ideas, based on the qualities that we claim to hold and what we can do for the people, so that they will hold us accountable. If we continue with this, we're likely going to get to a point where the person with the highest amount will always be and may not be the best in office. And so I don't think it's the best thing to do. But you can tell that certain events of the past also perhaps is influencing this. You remember that there were some contributions put together to support a particular candidate, not necessarily as in the campaign, but because she had suffered the demise of her husband. And so you had some of these things. And so these things would dovetail into the comments and the position taken by the majority. And it creates some problems. Don't forget that when we are done with all this, we are going to go into an election. And we need to go onto the ground, bring everybody together. Every single vote matters. And so I think that we should all respect the structures of the party, allow the committee to do it, we'll come out with this report. And I pray that Baba Jamal and all the stakeholders involved will be willing to abide by the decision of the party. And let's see how we can build a stronger party going forward than to continue running in the way we are doing.
Very well. Richard, there's a danger I see coming, and I see it in two fronts. The danger of the highest bidder winning elections, and this highest bidder could be anyone at all. Could be a cocaine dealer, could be a galamseya, could be an armed robber. As long as they have money to dole out on election day, they win. And then the other one is the impunity of delegates now being able to openly demand. It wasn't like that before. I mean, we know that there's been this thing being done in the dark, quietly, taking care of delegates, issuing transportation, lunch, and all. But now the way they are openly demanding, is it because over the years there has been no consequences? That's why these things continue to fester.
Well, thank you, Nana. I think I should take this opportunity to extend sincere, warmest greetings to all your viewers, and also to the freshly baked, out of the oven flag bearer. I
see where you're going.
And the presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party, the man of integrity, full of ingenuity, the man of vision, the man who is an internationally acclaimed economist. The man President Kufuor described
tea in my mouth.
At this point.
The man President Kufuor described as the man of destiny. That President Kufuor alludes as the first class vice president we've ever had in this country. His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the MPP fraternity. Back to your question. I think that if you look at it holistically, and I'll try my best, although this is a political platform, it's a double-edged sword.
True.
Over the years, I think that politicians have seeded something in the minds of the delegates that this venture is purely transactional. And the arguments delegates normally put up is the fact that, if I help you to become an MP, you virtually become, it's likely that you become a minister. And when I call you, you're seldomly going to respond to my calls. So this is the time for me to squeeze you in advance to get whatever I will get.
Right.
So that is their argument. Now you, the politician, you also go, you know, this is purely transactional. So people go to the extent of even procuring a lot of monies from their banks, from other people, to make sure that they give whatever the delegates are requesting to get the power. So if we don't take a holistic look at this and try to firefight it, trust me, we wouldn't go anywhere. And for me, I think it is quite hypocritical from the point of NDC.
How so?
It is pure. So are they telling us until Baba Jamal issue, that was the only time we as politicians in this country, especially the majority caucus, like the Bible rightly say, let he who without sin
cast the first
stone. Can any of our members of parliament today, 2026, tell us, swear by the book, their holy book, being Holy Quran, being the Bible, or any tradition or religion that you believe in, your holy book, and swear to the people of Ghana that you have never in your political career used money or other termed as gift to induce for you to get votes.
But at least they are making an effort to put an end to it.
No. I believe that, honestly, there is a huge lack of candor on the part of the majority.
You just eulogized Dr. Bawumia. You just came from a presidential
we are talking about NDC.
Well,
let me move on.
Well, we saw saying
no, I'm trying to be. Let me stick to the.
No, let's balance the.
No, we are talking about NDC.
Indeed, we are.
But
if you say it's hypocritical on their part to take action, then I'm wondering.
No, I didn't say that. I said it is hypocritical on their part. For example, to single out Baba Jamal in this whole fiasco
because they are taking some action against
it. Because even before the elections were held, I saw a video last night and I was even surprised that they actually told the woman that we are waiting for you in parliament. So clearly,
who told the woman?
The majority caucus, when they went to visit the woman, the time the MP passed away. Hajia. Yeah, what was the name? Amina. So it was clear to me that, yes, they have a favorite. So any other processes that they are trying to portray that they are cracking the whip, to me, is quite farcical.
Cosmetic?
No, of course. And we know this government to be a lot of optics and Q&A government. But the point is, for me, I strongly support the position of the constituency executives, sending a strong warning to the majority caucus, please keep your hands off. Because from the grapevine, what you are hearing, the cross of this brouhaha, is the fact that their preferred candidate lost. From the corridors of power at Jubilee House, I don't know whether my brother Lamteg will agree. Because we have friends in the NDC. We listen, we pick intelligence. And it is clear that Baba Jamal's victory has ruffled a lot of shoulders at the corridors of power.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, how is that?
Baba Jamal is a darling boy of Chairman Asiedu Nketia.
Really?
Oh yes. From the and this they don't. You can see as his all his demeanor has changed.
You go ahead.
No. This is the information that we are getting from the grapevine, and so it appears that the defeat of Hajia Amina is signaling that somebody somewhere who is eyeing a big position is not even grounded.
Baba Jamal was appointed High Commissioner by the President. He's not liked in the corridors of power.
No. If I may make an intervention here,
I stay quiet.
A few interjections are sometimes, unless I overstep.
Are you correcting a fact?
Yes, not just a fact, but the opinion he's putting out to make it look like he has some concrete information on.
No, I preceded.
I appreciate that
my submission
friends in the
that from the grapevine that this has shook the foundations of the corridors of power at the Jubilee House.
The same corridors of power appointed Baba Jamal High Commissioner to Nigeria.
You see, with this issue, I can't fathom. I can't comprehend. I cannot simply understand, my brother. 5 or 4 candidates. People were sharing motorbikes. Glaringly. People were giving 3,000 Ghana cedis. They were saying it on TV. People were giving buta. People were giving ice chairs. There's a video. I don't know. Nowadays you can't even differentiate between AI. I saw a woman with 32-inch TV
under the armpit.
He was working from a TV shop.
Kusia and Maku. holding Kufia and Moku, holding ice chairs, and the daughter at the back is holding the buta.
How can one person? How can one person carry all this?
So
say that again.
Yes.
Sorry, but let's just say good morning to Larry Dugbe.
Let me just wrap up.
Let me just introduce Larry and then you can continue. Larry Dugbe is the editor of the Herald newspaper. Larry, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Nice shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
So I think it's my size.
So what the people of Ayawaso, especially the NDC sympathizers who joined the queue on 7 December 2024 to vote for NDC with the hope that the first thing on the line that they were going to execute will be a 24-hour economy where each and every youth who is qualified will at least get one shift per day to run. They joined the queue, the brazen sun, to go and vote for NDC. 1 year down the line, they are NDC sympathizers, but not delegates. They go and witness with their own eyes that one particular delegate, NDC, motorbike, and they've done their calculation on social media, and it's interesting you to know that the motorbike, they say average is 9,500. That is 95 million OCDs. The 32-inch TV, the one that Baba Jamal has been alleged to be dishing out, is 1,500, 15 million OCDs. They've actually added the egg with Meku. That is 3 CDs, 50 pesos. The cash, that was, is 3,000 Ghana cedis. So for every delegate in Ayawaso, NDC delegate in Ayawaso, this Saturday, on the average, came home with 13,503 cedis, 50 pesos. That is old currency, 130 million. So this goes to the Ayawaso East NDC sympathizers, or the people who will be casting their vote on Saturday. 1 year in government. This is what is happening. The question to them is that the promises that they based their decision on 7 December to cast their vote for NDC, they should reflect, do a self-introspection, and weigh whether that decision still holds today. Because they are not delegates, they went and witnessed and came back home hungry with zero execution of all the expectation and the promises that NDC gave them. But today, because by virtue of just being an NDC delegate, they went home with average of 130 million old Ghanaian cedis.
Very well.
So the decision lies with them.
Very well, very well. Thank you.
And I don't think that we should allow this to go without some rebuttal. I appreciate that.
You know what we got to talk.
You go talk but I appreciate that we all need to find a way to condemn this act of vote buying and across. But let's not single out NDC and make it look like it is a phenomenon that has just occurred in the NDC. You just finished your presidential primaries, and we all know that how much Brian Champa was paying. We knew how I'll bring him there. We knew how much Baumia was paying. We knew how Ken Japan was paying. We knew how all the candidates pay, and we knew those who didn't pay, what happened to them. You understand? Or those who even paid less, what they got. I mean, we agree that it's a bad phenomenon across the board. Let's just stop it.
I think we've agreed on that point.
But when you single out what has happened in Ayawaso, it's a make it look like. And let me also point out that it is not a matter for Baba Jamal. We are talking about the candidates who induced.
Exactly.
So Baba Jamal is not a subject of investigation.
Are you
but
serious?
all the all the candidates.
Did you read the letter the president issued out?
But that was the recall.
That is in respect of
reaction.
That is no one.
It was absolutely needless what he did, because there's an example with the former ambassador to South Africa, the current member of parliament for Abrem, Honorable Charles Oredu. He came out on his Twitter handle, you can verify, that, I mean, is a normal process that if you are an ambassador, high commissioner, depending on the Commonwealth country that you are, if you decide to come and contest for parliamentary candidate, normally they put in a request for leave to give you time to do your campaign. When you win, depending on the strong ties in terms of business-wise. And for example, South Africa, Nigeria, clearly we have due to proximity and our mutual benefits. We do a lot of business with Nigeria as compared to South Africa. Even that, within a week, President recalled Ambassador Charles Oredu to come and work to win his constituency, and currently he's a member of parliament. So the recalling of the ambassador is a standard practice. What I'm saying is, it was a knee-jerk reaction, was that you made it seem as if these allegations, you've done your investigation and you have finalized on the situation that because it is alleged you did A, B, C, you are being recalled. That is what I'm saying. It was a need.
There's a distinction
because following that, you set up
Baba Jamal
to investigate. So why did you sack him in the first place?
Baba Jamal is a public officer. Baba Jamal is bound by the code of conduct of the public office that he occupies.
And
Baba Jamal granted an interview where he himself told the whole world that he has been doing this and he's gave out the items as gifts. So clearly, there's no cause for any investigations in that regard. The investigations we are talking about, as far as the party is concerned, it is involving all the entire allegations across all the candidates.
Are you saying Baba Jamal admitted bribing these?
I didn't say he admitted. I said he said he had given out items as gifts. And there's a code of conduct in respect of what
this
you
is
do
a
and how you
cause
do
of
it.
dismissal.
Yes.
Then I think President should resign.
Wait, hold on. Let's bring Larry into the conversation.
You didn't ask why I'm saying President should resign.
I know where you're going.
No. So if you know where
I know where you're going.
Even when he went unopposed, largely unopposed, with 355,000, I have videos here. I don't know the number of your producer. I would have sent it to him, or if you want to play. Even when he went unopposed, 355,000, we have on camera, video on record, that people were asking for their money because they've heard that the president has been sharing money. So if we want to discuss this, like you started, we should discuss it holistically. But singling out Baba Jamal is where my problem lies.
Vero, let me bring Larry into it. From where you sit, how dangerous is this phenomenon? Now it is entrenched, whether we like it or not. And for me, it's like I mentioned earlier, it's the confidence with which delegates are now demanding openly, without recourse to no one or no institution. How dangerous is this?
Let me precede my comment with good morning. That was beautiful. Good morning, everyone.
Good, Larry.
Yeah, there's no traffic. Sure. Yeah, MPP is back, isn't it? MPP is back. I mean, you can see it.
They're done with their presidential.
Yeah, they are done. MPP is back. Full figure.
It's not time to be.
Can you imagine? It's just how many? Less than a week.
Yeah, just about a week. 31st.
That we came out of, primaries. That we saw people on TV. We saw social media. Oh, you said Larry. I shouldn't talk.
Perhaps because you were late, he missed the question. The question on board is I was east. Baba Jamal.
Indeed it is. There's a
find a way to.
And we need to find a solution.
So far, the nice of bringing 7th December elections in here.
Listen, I mean, some of those videos, I shared them with you.
Yeah.
We did not even exhaust it. They said, "Oh, let's not talk about it because we need to move on and then deal with the unity within the party, and that is the critical thing that everybody has to appreciate." And so the media, we got carried away, even to a point where OSP. Didn't issue a statement on that, despite all the videos that were in circulation. Ghana Integrity Initiative didn't issue a statement on that, despite all the video in circulation. Then comes Ayawaso East. You fail to talk about the other one, but cleverly you are talking about this. What level of hypocrisy is this that we are tolerating in this country? Tuvo. It's becoming I'm getting suffocated, and I believe that there are a lot of people who are also getting suffocated with
That the
this.
OSP in a statement has roped in the NPP.
No, we shouldn't. Why did you wait till now?
Exactly.
Why did you wait?
Why did we? Because he knew that people will be making references to that. Kennedy Japan's son. Once somebody had called, okay, my friend Amanetia, Brian, I have the amount of money that Brian
But
paid.
you don't know what Utia.
Is that
the person is on a phone call? My friend Amanetia, do you know what he's paying for?
Oh, are they Utia for Wate? Were they buying Wate or they were buying Kelewili?
Not Wate for their.
They were buying
members.
Where suddenly all 5 of them said they were giving money for transportation. All 5. One election, 5 people were paying for transportation.
So how do we solve this matter?
How do we solve it? It's the day that politicians who have made it so.
Should they have a rule?
And so then the people now are demanding, they weren't making promises. Listen, way back in 92, that we were dealing with Bentua politics. You remember that?
Bentua, yeah.
That people were sharing Bentua for, for votes.
Bentua, say Bentua.
Bentua, yeah, Bentua.
Bentua.
Me, I believe.
Because I watched you pronounce Swami. And I was like, Nana Tofo, can you pronounce Swami?
Swami.
so you have
what's the pronunciation?
Swami.
Swa.
Yeah, so mention it.
Swami.
That's
Swakari.
He's been in Accra for so long.
Exactly.
Swami.
You need to go home.
So then, we dealt with that. We dealt with Kose, is it not Kose?
Matchbox.
No, not Matchbox. Oh, they used to Kako. That people were sharing Kako for votes. So we've always been here. Later on, it was decorated to the bribe was decorated to transportation.
Yeah.
So everybody
And
will
lunch.
and lunch. And then people will go and camp delegate, just camp about, a certain number, and then they will vote for you. So we've always been here. I mean, it is the advent of social media that has made a lot of these things very visible. And then the fact that you have phone and there's a camera on it.
Yeah.
So you can give a live report. People are, on
Street journalism.
Yeah, street journalism. So we are saying it. We've always been here. How do we curb it? It's because we are not punishing anybody.
Exactly.
See, this argument has just been about who gave. How about the person who received? How about the person who received? The people who we saw at the MPP one fighting that Obia editi Sikano.
So the balance number and get the Johnny.
Yeah, yes, it's true. It was an open fight. That we never saw. I mean, all that aside, see this Baba Jaman thing. We are only hearing about it because people are taking an entrenched position. Flagstaff House had their own candidate.
Jubilee House.
Oh no, the president yesterday referred to it as Flagstaff House when he was welcoming the ambassador.
But he's not officially changed it.
Is there? No, to the MPP is Jubilee, to NDC is Flagstaff House. I'm saying the president yesterday.
But he has not changed it yet.
It is a seat of government.
Is the Jubilee House?
Yesterday, the president called it Flagstaff House.
Must have been a slip.
No, I don't think so.
Why? He's not capable of making mistakes?
No, you guys, why?
Anyhow, it is Jubilee House, Flagstaff House.
Yeah, okay, Jubilee House, Flagstaff House, the seat of government. Okay, so they had their candidate. Even within the presidency, individuals had their candidates again. So some were giving motorbikes to the constituency chairman to go and win. Others were supportive of the lady, that is the widow of the late MP. Then the majority in parliament also had their own candidate, who was the lady. Initially, they had even tried to make it possible that the lady should have gone unopposed, and that didn't work because then party headquarters said no. This thing where you know, spouses will die, and then, you know, out of that you emerge and become a parliamentarian. They were not going to tolerate it, and so once the competition, we should open the field for everybody to make a claim, and that is how come we got to where we are now. Either than that, the lady would have gone unopposed, and then that's what it is. That aside is where Baba Jamal, who came second in the last contest. Baba tells you that, listen, I know this, you know, constituency very well. I was born and bred here. I might have gone to Akwetia, but this is where, you know, I was raised. So I know the constituency. So when Musa Dankwa came saying that, oh, the lady was going to win by a certain margin and so on, somebody from his camp came and said, listen, you don't know the ground better than we do. In any case, what level of, you know, research have you conducted? You get it? So people know the constituency. As to Nkosiani Meko, Bentwa, which one? Buta, as you said. Ice chest, as you claim. Which other one?
32 inch.
32 inch.
Interestingly, the difference was 32.
With all that, I saw a picture of Tabonike. Tabonike. You know that ointment, the yellow one that burns. So maybe after killing to go to, you have somebody.
The NDC delegate has become. You need Kusiem and Abonike to win.
Yeah.
You know.
When you remind you of yours, we can go.
Listen, it's unfortunate, but this is where we have to get to. The other day we were talking about how, I mean, people have questioning this whole democratic process, not just Ghana but the world over, that it's denying society quality. Okay, so there's a thing about, you know, the government for the people and by the people and so on. It means that government by the capable, for the people by the capable. So it's not just anybody who can mount, you know, a claim and say that, listen, I am capable of doing this thing. But you would have gone through like the Chinese system where you'd have started from the lowest of the low and climbed down. By the time you become there, you know, you go up there, you know exactly what you're supposed to do. But this thing where we have allowed this whole thing and then it's being monetized morning, afternoon, evening. People will pay at the constituency level just to become delegates. And then when they become delegate, they also want to, you know, get their money back because they have invested. They have invested.
True.
And we are pretending about it. It's becoming a mob rule. It's becoming a mob rule. The MPP is as guilty as anybody. NDC is guilty. Even we in the media, we are also equally guilty. Yes. Yeah. We are equally guilty. And we think that, I mean, it is getting scary. Somebody could take advantage of this thing and mess up. See, it's because the interest had gone so... You read the MPs, the majority caucus, when they visited the woman, they were like, oh, we are waiting for you to come home. Your husband was this, your husband was that, and so on and so forth. And that they believe in continuity. Now, the reason why most of them are calling for annulment is because their candidate didn't win. So, the presidency's two candidates didn't win. It's Baba Jamal who won. Baba Jamal is supposed to be a candidate for an individual at the party headquarters.
I don't think that assertion is entirely true. That Baba Jamal is a candidate of a particular. People would have their preferences, exactly, which is fair in a democracy.
In every election,
people should have their preferences. In fact, I don't even fault the majority if they decided to support the widow. It is their choice. As far as the elections are over, if your candidate did not win, find ways to patch up. and go ahead.
Are you concerned about this collective support? If it were individuals, like we saw individual MPs declare for Bawumia, individual MPs.
It's as though they owe the ghost of the some favors.
For me, I don't think that that whole idea of a spouse taking over from a former MP is appropriate. I mean, you see, we are born politicians, or you are a politician and you are in the party, you grow, you compete, you become a candidate. Some spouses are not involved in politics. Even if they are, not to the extent that they have ambitions to become members of parliament. When eventually, or in the unlikely event that their spouse passes on, then you find the party trying to make a remove. One, because there's that advantage of a sympathy vote,
which was defeated by Baba Jamal.
Yeah.
No, yes, but in the general election, we dwell on the sympathy of the people that who could not so about time you man and twice mama. Then we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen a lot more in the NPP. In fact, this is the first time that we are having this challenge, this issue, and
this is not the first time.
In the NDC.
As in somebody dying.
In the NDC. An NDC MP dying.
His wife. This lady, the current Greater Accra Regional Minister. The husband died.
Linda.
Yeah, Linda Okulu. Yeah, the husband died and then
she took over.
Yeah, she took over. Yes. Check.
Okay.
Well, I'm not aware. I'm not aware.
Yeah, Linda came to Parliament because the husband had passed.
Okay. There's good information, and I think it's not a very good phenomenon. We just need to move away from it. I mean, let's open it up for competition. If anybody wants to compete, let's go ahead and compete. The whole idea of supporting a particular candidate in block is what is generating some of these unnecessary reactions and tensions on the ground. And if we are not careful, we've heard executives of the party at the constituency level making some comments. We've heard chiefs in the area making some comments. Some of these things don't help.
Conveniently, taking
over. Carry on.
So I think that something has to be done, and as quickly as possible. What will be done, I don't know about. I don't know. Okay, but the hypocrisy has to be addressed first of all. Suddenly everybody is waking up. The media is waking up talking about this thing. Integrity is issuing a statement. The OSP, who witnessed all this, has also issued a statement. They are on radio talking as though what happened few days ago was nothing to talk about. I mean, how do we rule a country with this level of hypocrisy? How do we go forward with this?
Her husband died in an accident.
Yeah,
Linda. That's May 2016.
Yeah. Okay. How do we rule the country?
And she is a crusader for vote buying, if you recall. Abdulkumanov. She was on TV to have said that what is wrong with
I am sure when they mention by the champion and Bawumia, you would not complain.
This particular one. In fact, I first saw it from your TikTok.
That's
Channel 1's TikTok.
The Abdulkumanov video
where she said that what is wrong with vote buying? If we are buying votes, MPP should also buy votes. So I'm just saying, if people are not actually trying to,
finally
find out who Linda Okulu is, I'm just trying to draw attention.
Thank you.
It's not a subject of discussion.
She's the Greater Accra Regional Minister.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
she's the Greater Accra Regional Minister and MP for Charles Udoku.
So something has to be done, or else our democracy is in trouble.
I agree.
For you, the politicians, do you think, since you describe it as transportation and lunch, candidates should be made to vote money across board given to the party uses same as transportation and lunch for delegates? Would this curb it?
So we need to have some uniform structure that allows whatever is to be given to delegates is given to them through the party. And it becomes uniform and not coming from candidate A or candidate B, because anyhow it is, we will try to outdo each other. Competition will bring out people's creativity, and some may want to offer. I mean, we saw it on the morning. We've seen it several times in the when we had Iowa West Wuogon elections. We saw food being shared even in queues with the stickers of the pictures of the candidates on the food and all that. We've seen items being given out at various points in our elections. I think that we should come to a point where all of us, as political parties in Ghana, will agree that listen, this practice is bad. If you have money, put it into a pool. That pool will generate enough to provide for transportation, provide for lunch, or whatever allowance that we want to give to delegates who may be traveling on their own from far places, who may have left their jobs, because some people work for the day and they get marked for the day. So if they abandon their job, they need to maybe get something small to make up for the day's work. So that we would move away from situations where candidates have to go to the extra mile of either borrowing, selling, finding ways. Don't forget that one way or the other, they need to find this money back.
True.
And pay back for whatever they get the money
So
from.
it breeds corruption.
So in a way, it breeds corruption. In a way, you can't hold them accountable because you see, if I buy your vote, can you hold me accountable? It creates a problem of accountability. And one key element of democracy is accountability. If you can't hold the persons accountable, then they don't owe you anything. They do whatever they want, and the next time they come around and buy you again.
Right. Richard, can we give the EC more powers?
1 minute. You recall, stories about how people sold their grandfathers, buildings and then fathers' properties and invested those things. Oh, why? And invested a lot of those monies into the politics of the day. Now, when
after campaigning for how many years?
Yes, when the party won the election,
go straight to the point.
They were not
giving what
you
are talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
You are being very mischievous this morning.
Then after they won the thing, then they couldn't, some of them couldn't get appointment, and then they went crying. Exactly. And what Lamzik is talking about, well, for a very long time, our mouths were tied. Our mouths were sealed because somebody sold father's property, other properties, and invested those things into the politics of the day. And he needed to clean those monies. And after they left power, we all saw what had happened.
But
we are actually seeing similar, where some brothers sold everything to make sure their brother becomes president, and then they are trying as much as possible to cede country's largest resources to their brother as a form of clandestine payback. We are all going to see the product of such fraudulent transaction in the near future.
Let's not digress.
Yes, I'm just
if we could give the EC more powers to police internal elections, because as it stands now, even per the laws, parties are supposed to have declared their audited accounts to the EC, and I doubt that has even been done. And the EC has no teeth to bite.
No, even this proposal for politicians, we are very smart. I will try to be as honest as possible, because even if you give the EC,
you not be honest all this while.
if you try this particular act, the EC can only marshal or chaperone the process only on that day, and even on that day, they will be mandated to supervise from time A to time B. What happens before the D-Day is what actually sway voters.
No, but we've done it before.
No, so I'm saying that we can circumvent around it, but the main cross to me is proper education and orientation. You see, both parties, one of our flaws.
Done that?
No, one of our flaws.
It's enforcement. It's enforcement.
No.
We need to crack the whip.
how are you going to enforce it? That you bring police, you bring bloggers, you bring special investigators to see that on D-Day they are not doing operations. What about the night before? Every politician, the EC, will never know where these polling station executives or the delegates, where they live. Party people, the politicians, we know. We even know who your girlfriend or your boyfriend is. We know a lot about every delegate. If you really want to win power, we know the food you like. We know what you do not like. We know the God you serve. So I am saying that if we put our resources in educating the public, orientating them to know that these are your duties as a delegate. Because yesterday I heard on radio that somebody asked,
you know what he's saying? The man is just telling you that the Nima people are not that educated to know the difference between vote buying and voting according to
that's what he's suggesting. It means that the delegate don't know.
what they are saying.
I don't think that's what.
Let me say that. Don't do that.
No, he may not mean it.
But say you didn't understand what I'm trying to say. I said that we should.
Some of these guys are degree holders, masters holders, and you say that listen, they don't know the difference between
this. If you start this,
and none of them are unemployed.
They do.
No, if you want to spite you.
That's what you are trying to do. Because I was emphatic in what I said. I'm saying that we need education and serious orientation. It does not necessarily mean that you are ignorant. We are just bringing you up to speed of what is expected of you. And so when you do contrary to what you are supposed to do, then we must crack the whip. So we should do that in tandem with enforcement.
Let me take a few.
We only saw this thing because social media.
I saw
Let me take you back. Several years ago, NCCA used to provide platform for campaigning. It was a uniform platform. Even your posters were printed by the NCCA. You understand? Where you don't have you are not given the right to mount billboards. They provide platform in communities for you to come and debate, sell out your plans, your ideas to the delegates, and then go out there and get voted. Particularly in the assembly elections. Over time, we have staff state institutions with enough resources to do their work, and people now have to find ways and means to do it on their own. And in the course of time, we've allowed it to go on and on to this point where we are now struggling and complaining. We may need to go back. See, the issue is not about ignorance. When you say we should educate, it means you've identified a gap in knowledge and information. There's no gap. In fact, as a matter of fact, the delegates, almost all the delegates know very well that taking money from candidates is wrong.
Does not mean necessarily they vote for the candidate.
No, they know. Some of them take multiple. So if you're taking multiple, who are you going to vote for? They're taking multiple. So eventually they know. But they just see it as an opportunity
to cash in.
And we are human.
They are cocoa season.
Absolutely.
Let me take a few quick messages. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says, good morning, my brother. As much as we are all against vote buying in our body politic, but the treatment meted out to Alhaji Baba Jamal by the majority caucus is totally unacceptable.
No, we all say it's wrong.
I was surprised and sad to see that the majority group in parliament had issued a statement calling for the annulment of the election in Ayawasu East without any basis because investigation is ongoing. Some members from the majority group from day one were against Baba Jamal before the election even started, and that is a fact. A lot of them are not happy because the establishment candidate lost the elections. Aminu from Nsawam says the disagreement between the NDC national executives and the majority in parliament is just a tip of the iceberg, reflecting deeper cracks between the party and the government. The bigger conflict and friction will likely surface during their subsequent national elections, particularly in selecting a candidate for the next presidential elections. The NPP's early preparations for the 2028 general elections are a strategic move. Okay. Good morning. Please, what does the law say about collectors of the bribe? I mean, the delegates. I think Larry spoke to that. Some persons in the NDC have ill motive and are bent to ruin Baba Jamal's political career in the sense that after the Jubilee House press statement, the majority caucus issued theirs. No, I think majority statement came before the Jubilee House one. And that of the party's own release, and this tells you something. My little advice to Baba Jamal is to own up and surrender himself before he's stripped naked. Blueprint writes from Esikado Ketan. The issue of vote buying is inimical to the choice of quality and worthy political leaders, and this cuts across the two major parties. The members of the Majority Caucus are themselves guilty of this unfortunate practice. I am, however, happy that they have expressed their revulsion towards this undesirable phenomenon, and we, the electorate, shall hold them to this standard during the general parliamentary primaries. My regards to Apanga Lamteg Esquire. From Samson Zoti in Nabda.
How come Samson is always greeting?
Samson is always texting on Tuesdays when Lamteg comes.
Oh,
so Samson, you know, because we have to
investigate.
He hasn't taken it. I think he deserves a Samsung.
Very well. Abu Safiani from Damango says the AWASU East NDC parliamentary primary has exposed deep internal confusion and poor coordination within the party, conflicting positions from the national executive, the Majority Caucus, and the constituency leadership over alleged vote buying points to a lack of unified leadership and weak internal discipline. This inconsistency has damaged the credibility of the process and reinforced public concerns about the NDC's ability to manage its own internal democracy. From an NPP faithful perspective, the episode highlights broader institutional weaknesses within the NDC and strengthens the arguments that Ghana needs stable, transparent, and accountable leadership to safeguard democratic values. Very well. Keep your messages coming in. We'll take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll move on and look into other matters. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
DSTV means getting the TV you love, but staying connected means getting something extra. Stunning. Extra matches, extra dramas, the best local and the world's biggest. Extra laughter, music, movies, and extra vim.
I love it.
Just stay connected or reconnect and get upgraded to the next higher package at no extra cost. Charlie, we got you. Keep watching. Get more with DSTV.
Oh, another payment through Stanbic. Smooth, as always.
Imagine making or collecting all payments without leaving your chair. Sounds like magic, right? Nah, it's Stanbic Pay.
Darling, can you please help with the bills, especially at your school fees?
From school fees to utilities, the government and statutory payments to investments, insurance payments, Hajj payments, and more.
Mommy, my fees has been paid.
Just log on to Stanbic Pay and you're set for life.
Please tell me everything has been paid.
No Stanbic account, no queues, no stress, no last-minute panic. Cherish your time and live happier in safety and convenience. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call to get started.
All right, welcome back. Grateful that you stayed on with us. This is the news review segment on Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. We're moving into the matter of the cocoa sector, the cocoa industry, and the fallouts from there. Farmers are complaining that they need their monies. Cocoa Board has issued some assurances. Yesterday, the CEO, Dr. Randy Abe, sat with Bernard Avle right here on The Point of View on Channel One TV, and he listed a litany of challenges that has brought us to where we are today. The debts he inherited, huge, and he ascribes same to Cocoa Road projects and jute sacks that were wasted. Council, the difficulty in, if you like, paying the farmers now, despite the assurances, and the tendency of us always wanting to do comparison between a period as again a current situation, who does it help? Because at the end of the day, the farmers need their money. They have worked, they have toiled.
Well,
we need to sell our cocoa to gain revenue to develop this country.
Yeah, you are right that at the bottom of all this, the farmers are expecting to be paid, and of course they have worked for it, they've earned it. It's not as though it's free money for them. But we can't also just overlook events and information or details that would help us all understand the circumstance that has led us to this position. I mean, we can't gloss over all these things and say, oh, all we need to do is pay the money and allow certain things to do. We must explain. We need to give out information so that at least everybody will understand what got us to this point. Why are we having this situation? It may guide us in future events. It will help us to know what to do better next time, and also help to manage expectations of farmers and all stakeholders. Don't forget that it is not exactly a question about the farmers alone. There are stakeholders involved.
Indeed.
Some farmers also have workers. Some farmers also have suppliers of certain inputs that they use in their work, and they need to take they need to take money so that they can pay all these people. If we don't let information go out there properly, so that all stakeholders are properly informed and the general public is well informed, there's a tendency that some misinformation may occur. Some people will be held unduly responsible for things that it's not entirely their fault. I mean, I appreciate what the CEO of and his team, the CEO of Cocoa Board and his team have done so far by providing the information and giving out the details. But beyond that, they've given the assurance that the monies will be paid. In fact, some monies have been paid, as I am told today, that some LBCs have received their monies and they are paying out farmers. Some will still be paid in the course of time. All I want to urge our farmers and persons involved in the cocoa sector is that let's exercise some restraint. Let's appreciate that these difficulties have come as a result of certain events of the past. Our inability to meet some thresholds in the past because of the syndicated loan that we took to buy over 800. We couldn't supply up to the 800 and all that. And of course, there's some investment in jute sacks that were not needed at the time. I mean, yes, it could be a good investment going forward, but the quantities that were bought, over 48 million, I mean, it's outrageous that we would invest so much money in that. And then, of course, monies that were invested in cocoa roads that were not properly budgeted for, and we now have not even seen the roads or the
understand that. What's the Cocoa Board's business in road construction?
And that is one thing that we need to address in this country. I mean, certain institutions should not be overburdened with some duties that are not their core functions. I mean, we have the transport ministry, we have the roads, highways, we have all those other, we have the Ghana highways, we have the urban roads, we have all other state institutions. And then we overburden some institutions out of their core mandate with some of these responsibilities and then put so much burden on us. I appreciate the essence of the cocoa roads because, you see, the focus of roads generally has been on urban centers and cities and towns where there's a lot of activity. But there's, over time, studies show that the roads leading to cocoa producing places are so bad that sometimes it's very difficult to move produce from the cocoa farm gates to centers or warehouses for purposes of processing and buying. And so it is important to have those roads there. But if we realize that issue and we need to resolve it, let the institutions, the agencies responsible undertake the road contracts and the work. But you now go and burden Cocoa Board with that because perhaps it directly affects their functions and operations. But nonetheless, I think that we may need to take a step back, look through all this and see what can we do to avoid some of these pitfalls going forward. Also, we continue sinking money into ventures that will cause problems, particularly regarding the core functions of the agency. Cocoa Board situation is unfortunate. I'm sure that the assurances that Randy Abbey and his team has given will address it in the course of time.
Very well. Richard, your thoughts on this? Cocoa Board is nearly 80 years old.
Yes, next year.
I think that's enough time to have learned some lessons, not to be going round this particular cycle always coming back to the same things. Cote d'Ivoire here now is not doing the front sale again. They are doing spot sales. They've deregulated their system to an extent that now it's direct spot sales, and then the farmers have no qualms. They don't suffer some of these consequences. And then, of course, the regulatory body or the authorities also have the leeway to be able to receive the cocoa beans to make their sales and generate revenue for the state. Why are we still suffering some of these challenges? We've moved from if like the previous system of raising funds to buy to we got to syndicated loans. Then at a point we say we won't do the syndicated loan again. We'll generate revenue locally. Why are we still having these challenges?
I think that whoever was contracted to design the communication strategy for the current cocoa board has done them a great disservice.
Really?
Yes. I am very sympathetic towards the plight of the cocoa farmers. But whatever predicament, especially the current CEO, is going through is as a result of, number one, arrogance and not actually understanding and politicizing every issue regarding cocoa board. What is the main focus here? The main focus to stop all these clanging noise is that cocoa farmers have toiled, worked, and they've sold their beans to you. Pay them their money. What has it got to moving from media to media, politicizing, dragging past government? They did this, they did that, they did this, they did. What will that benefit the cocoa farmer? Nana Tufo, this video that you are showing, I was there. I went to Akokum.
Okay.
Because the MP there is my former boss.
Okay.
And he actually rang me Saturday morning that because he's got 128-acre cocoa farm, so he himself is an ardent, strong cocoa farmer.
Right.
So he called me in the morning Saturday that some of his constituents who are cocoa farmers were demonstrating about this, and so if I know some media people, I should call them and then we'll come.
So you organize the media for him?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. So I rang few people that I know, and I went there, and I was there. And one particular story that struck me was an 81-year-old woman. That's the queen of cooperative. She had traveled distance to come and have a tete-a-tete with the MP to plead on their behalf that these are the troubles that they are going through. That cocoa farmer, he doesn't want to hear your spot sale and your hedge sale.
They are big English.
Yeah,
all what they are expecting is that give me my money.
Sure.
So I am advising, I said it on UTV yesterday, that the strategy with which Randy is moving from one place, hopping from one media station, granting interviews to mitigate these issues, you are not solving the problem.
No,
Mr. Randy Abbey, when you were at Metro TV, you had all the answers. And under this regime, we've been made to understand that we are a sovereign nation. So why are we now going to follow what Ivory Coast is doing? This matter of cocoa board having debt, is it new today? Go to Reuters, March 2029. Ghana's 1.8 billion loan for 2016-17 cocoa season is all gone.
This is 2029.
No, I'm saying March 29, 2017. Reuters,
that's why.
this is their headline. Ghana's $1.8 billion loan for 2016-2017 cocoa is all gone by cocoa board. It's here on Reuters. at the time, the cocoa board then under NDC, John Mahama 1, went for syndicated loan for $1.8 billion with the assumption that they were going to sell 800, let's say 800 to 1 million metric tons. By 22nd December 2016, we spent all the money, but we still had 300,000 metric tons sitting here.
Rollover.
So today, this CEO is going around blaming the past government of rollover, going around blaming the past government for indebtedness. Come on. We've reached here, or we've landed here because of number one, poor trading decision by the CEO of Cocoa Board. No one else should be blamed of this predicament that we are going through than the CEO.
Really?
Over the years, what have we practiced?
Forward sales.
We've practiced forward sales. And sometimes 20% for the light crops, we do that on spot sale. You decided to abandon that and use that as a trump card in the 2024 elections. And God has a way.
But the CEO was not campaigning.
Wait. Listen, I'm building a point. God has a way of paying back everything that we say without actually verifying through the Most High.
Are you sure?
He sat on Metro TV when Cocoa Board issue came and called the Kufuor government as useless.
So you are paying him back?
God is paying him back, no me. Atu Forson stood on campaign grounds in Western North and told Ghanaians that Kufuor, although he took over from 2017 when we were paying cocoa farmers 475 per bag, increase it to 3,100 Ghana cedis, has shortchanged you. And you, when you are giving the mandate by the people, you were going to pay a minimum of 6,000. The current agric minister on one Omia TV said that if the NDC does not pay a cocoa farmer 6,000 cedis, then he does not know whether the cocoa belongs to NDC or the farmer. At the plenary in Parliament, we treated again that cocoa farmers deserve 6,000.
Based then on international cocoa prices.
That they were going to do spot pricing and pay 70% to. So why now? What changed? Even at your tenure, just last year, cocoa rose to $12,000 per ton. So I am saying that the predicament that we are going through is a poor decision by the CEO, because you didn't have to wait till now. Now you don't know whether you should move forward or you go back, because now it has fallen to 4,001, right? So I'm hearing again from the grapevine that they even want to reduce the price per bag that they are paying.
Hey, this your grapevine.
And I'm saying that I will join.
He's hearing a lot.
I will join, because we are politicians. We have friends from the other side, and I'm telling you that we will join the campaign to resist any notion whatsoever that they are hovering that they were going to reduce the price for cocoa bag in this country. We will resist it today. MPP went through the same situation in 2017. We borrowed from Bank of Ghana. At the time when we did the projections, the cocoa bag was $3,001. But when we took over, unfortunately, it dropped to $1,008. Did you hear that the Kufuor government, that Randy Abe described as the useless government, did we reduce the money or the monies that were meant for the cocoa farmers? You, with the whole ideas in your head, you are moving around, spending unnecessarily on BM7 series, on Land Cruisers.
We can't substantiate that. We can't substantiate that. We don't know that for a fact.
No, that's a fact.
No, but we don't know how he's funding that. We don't know how he's funding that, if that's your fact.
But he's not going to personally fund that.
But that was even if
he's not going to personally fund. No, don't do that. He is not. No. Why are you saying please?
Because
is Randy Abbey going to personally fund these things? He's funding it from the proceeds of Cocoa Board. And you
we can't say that.
Why can't you say that?
Can you prove that?
Yes, I can prove.
You have proof to that.
Yes.
Very well.
So if you are,
but it's not enough to ask. Can you prove that and just let it go? Where's the proof?
Yeah, if he has proof.
Here's the proof.
So are you telling me? Are you telling me that Cocoa Board currently under Randy Abbey has not procured a 7 Series BMW 2 Land Cruisers?
You are the one making the allegations. If you're the one making, don't pose on me and tell me I cannot say it has not been done. You are saying it has been done. So prove that it has been done.
Let me tell you.
And don't point at me. You are the one saying it.
A team from the MPP, and I'm stating this categorically on your media, that we've written through the RTI to request for information on how he procured these Land Cruisers and 115 pickups. Again, we've noticed, if you know where the Cocoa Board CEOs is housed, is a no-brainer near the American Embassy. That house is currently under rigorous renovations. Although we know that house was immaculate a year ago. But of course, to fit the desire of the new CEO, we want to know how much is being spent.
So you put in an RTI report.
Yes. While cocoa farmers are crying and even struggling to get ends meet. 3 square meters they are unable to do, and you sit here and procure BM7.
Give me just a second to point out something. He made reference to a Reuters report for 29th March 2017.
It's here if you want to
and
read
in fact, it's not the Reuters report. Reuters were quoting Hackman Oswajiman. And I have it right.
Hackman Oswajiman.
Oh, take your time. You spoke. I am making reference to what you said.
Yes.
So please be patient.
So it's not
Reuters who is saying it. No, not the Reuters were quoting. It says that the syndicated loan of 1.8 billion that we had hoped to use for this production year, unfortunately, it's all gone, and we are yet to finish the purchase of the crops. Hackman Oswajiman said at a swearing ceremony on Thursday. Blah 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 blah. You had the opportunity. I'm coming, please. Let's not mislead the public. You had the opportunity to tell the public that Reuters quoted Hackman Oswajiman, and he said that the money is gone at a ceremony. Like you said that Reuters report.
Yeah.
March 29, 2017 says that is all the please.
And the report is based on quotes from Hackman.
When you mislead the public, if I quote Ghana Web, if I quote City FM Online, and I say that City FM Online says ABCD, I'm saying City FM is the one making the allegation.
No, it's
you
not.
Understand? And that is the source of information. But that's what you said. When you sit here and said Reuters, don't tell this is it. No. If I didn't break out the report,
so you see, but that thing said that Cocoa Board. It says Cocoa Board.
So it's not you see, I am saying Richard, did we have to Richard, if you quote Hackman Oswajiman, say Akwajiman said as reported by Reuters. Don't say Reuters as though Reuters made an investigation.
And I am telling you, the only bit that Reuters quoted Hackman was that phrase is all gone.
Well, so this is Hackman saying
the entire report. You
didn't read the entire report. This is Hackman saying this. Larry, Cocoa Board and
let me tell you, I think that Randy is a victim of his own what should I say, inability to tell the people the whole truth as far as Cocoa Board is concerned. I don't know why, but there's so much rot at Cocoa Board. Now, why he's failing to tell the country what he meant is what has gotten people, to be talking the way they are talking.
Come on. Like I think yesterday he put some of the things out.
Okay, but for me, yes, I think it's
a tad bit late.
Yeah, they're a bit late. You should have given a picture of whatever it is that you came to meet. The contracts, the jute sacks that some of them were procured, they've been procured way 10 or 20 years into
20 years.
Yeah, I mean,
some facts.
Yes.
Facts.
Some of the things they've been procured way.
About $48 million.
Thank you. Insecticides contracts that were awarded, way into the future, forgetting expiry dates. Okay, why people will sit down and do that thing and expect that hey, we should just swallow it. For me, baffles me. Okay, not just that. Road contracts, this cocoa road that we're talking about. Cocoa roads, were awarded at a certain value, but under the previous administration, okay, it became the increment were in 200%, huge, that Cocoa Board couldn't pay, and so many other things that had come. But why Randy hasn't, done a public press conference to expose some of these things, and even getting the government, the Mahama government, getting the authorities to investigate Cocoa Board thoroughly and give us a report of the extent of the rot that had gone on there. Baffles me. There were instances where they even went and collected some money, some $300 million to do cocoa rehabilitation across the country. The money went, into the disappeared. Thank you. Okay,
you are not in touch with cocoa farmers, Larry, to be honest with you.
I'm not in touch with cocoa farmers.
I don't think so.
No, I'm not talking about cocoa farmers. I'm talking about what happened. I'm talking about what happened. I'm talking about what happened.
You will know what the Akufo-Addo government through Cocoa Board.
That is not true.
Was the rehabilitation done?
Do you know the extent to which Herald has been reporting on cocoa stories? The rots that took place at Cocoa Board, some of them at the end of the day fled and went into parliament and so on and so forth. Listen, this country, the hypocrisy is just too much, sometimes. Okay, Randy should have done better by having this, institution properly investigated.
I think the moment he took over, he should have just laid the cards back.
Yes, the previous administration, at the point in time, they were buying solar lamps, for cocoa farmers, and the cocoa farmers were like, they don't even know what it was. There were instances where they bought pruners, huge sums of money. That the cocoa farmers said, listen, we don't need pruners, this sophisticated thing. All we needed were cutlasses.
What if the cocoa farmers were stuck in their old ways of farming?
Somebody was procuring the thing and then, foisting it on them.
It's procurement.
To make their work more efficient.
That was not it. Then the people, so you'll be there and then the thing is dumped on you.
The people fail to adapt.
Is that?
They fail to adapt. Or to take on new ways of
doing. If I'm saying that it was a procurement-induced thing, I'm saying it was procurement induced. What they were supposed to do.
The pruners were not necessary for effectiveness or efficiency. It was just because people
the same farmers you're talking about, they kept complaining. Listen, we don't even know this.
Farmers you spoke to be honest.
Okay, maybe the farmers that you spoke to didn't tell you the truth. Now, what do I get the impression that his party is inciting, the farmers?
Even some farmers.
Yes, okay, some farmers. What was the argument at the time that something? This is the price of cocoa beans at the on the international market. Yeah. Can we pay more to the farmers? That wasn't the argument. That was the argument.
Yeah.
Now he talked about that.
But we didn't pay them what we promised.
Exactly. So if the money at the time this was the cost. The price of it, and then we are making more. Can we pay them more? If today the next morning, the prices come to this level, do we still have to pay more, or we pay what is
happened before?
Proportionate to what has
happened before.
The man said that Randy has said that something is being done so that they could get the local players to also.
It's just blatant.
So is that something is being done so that you could get the local players
you know, to more like local production of, you know, there's.
We need to raise the value locally.
Exactly.
Because the truth we are not telling anybody is that Cocoa Board now is not credit worthy.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's bankrupt.
Yeah.
The Cocoa Board is bankrupt.
So nobody will give you that loan.
No, nobody will give you.
No.
But I see the argument, if I'm right, or if I got them right, that we need to do, you know, get the local market to be very effective as well, to be buying some of these beans also. Now we should go beyond that to where we encourage people to go into local production. You get it. Transform the beans, processing, such that
the value addition.
Yeah, value. Because see, the raw beans, you get this, but when you process, you get that. And the more you process, the more you extract oil, you extract, you know, butter, you extract the chocolate, you extract so many other things from it, and you make more money. But I mean, just farmers produce, we crack, we fly, and then the
more the reason why we can't even be doing the syndicated loans, that the loans are attached to the beans.
The beans.
So once you sell out the beans, what do you then process locally? So it is really important that we're now changing the policy to allow us to be able to process the beans and sell out at least some refined process.
But let's also note that in all of this, the person who is currently suffering and wailing is the cocoa farmer. You promise them that at least you give them 6,000.
What was the argument made?
We
have to go.
And whenever you take over a company, you take over its liabilities as well.
As well as assets.
It's a common no-brainer. So it took you 1 year and 2 months to come and lament to Ghanaians. Pay the cocoa farmers well.
Very well. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Lamteg. But what it is that Cocoa Board as it stands is not credit worthy. It is bankrupt and cannot raise the money.
And then bankruptcy started under Akufo-Addo.
And then one thing we are not paying attention to is the forex. The way the dollar is behaving, the cedi is gaining strength against the dollar. It's affecting the revenues of Cocoa Board.
When you artificially induce the forex, that is what happened.
Richard Jeffrey, thank you, Larry Dobe, thank you, Lamteg Apanga, thank you. This has been the News Review segment on Breakfast Daily. I am Nana Tufuo-Boateng.
Watching DSTV means getting the TV you love, but staying connected means getting something extra. Stunning. Extra matches, extra dramas, the best local and the world's biggest. Extra laughter, music, movies, and extra vim.
I love it.
Just stay connected or reconnect and get upgraded to the next higher package at no extra cost. Charlie, we got you. Keep watching. Get more with DSTV.
Why step out when you can shop at the comfort of your home? Franco Online has you covered. No stress, no queues. At Franco Online, you can shop all your original electronics and home appliances, from TVs, washing machine, refrigerators, air conditioners, to phones, accessories, laptops, and many more. It's free delivery within Accra and Kumasi. For your safety, Franco do not sell from random social media messages. Just call the numbers on your screen or visit the website at www.francotrading.com. You can also download the Franco Trading app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Franco Online, it's fast and reliable.
Anything that is on paper, he can bring to life in the most majestic way. But he's coming to make a very special, very popular Israeli dish. It's of North African origin. Professor Roy Horowitz.
Wow, what an introduction.
Well, you deserve it.
Thank you
It was
so
all
much.
true, wasn't it? Tell us the name of this dish.
Well, it's called shakshuka,
Shakshuka.
Shakshuka, a very basic dish actually, which is very popular in Israel. It's not the national dish. The national dish is called falafel.
Falafel.
Oh, the smell.
It smells delicious.
But full spoons. Full spoons.
Okay.
2 of these.
All right, then.
And we need the paprika, the sweet paprika. This is the sweet paprika?
Yes, it is.
So we just cover it and we let it now just cook for some 10 minutes, something like that.
So, shakshuka.
Yeah.
How do we do it?
And what we usually do is that we break the bread and we dip it into the sauce and we take it.
Shukusha, man, come on.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Jimmy Mayonnaise, Kivu Spices, and Lily Rice. It's never selfish saying no. Rather, it's healthy. On this episode of Lifeline, we talk about setting boundaries, be it at work, in relationships, and even with family. Join Bishop Fred Kwanchimensa as he talks about how important it is to protect your peace without apology.
Welcome, my dear friends. This is Lifeline, where psychology meets theology to deal with life's complex situations. It is very important that you learn to set boundaries in order to be functional in life.
Boundaries are like invisible walls that is not meant to keep somebody out, but it's like it ends with you, walls that show where you end and where I begin.
Okay.
Or where I end and you begin. Because if those ones are not there, I will walk and bump into you.
Lifeline airs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Someone to call my own.
This February, the month of love, Brunch in the City brings you Love in the City, a one celebration of romance, connection, and heartfelt moments. From sweet confessions to unforgettable surprises, Love in the City creates space for love to be felt, shared, and celebrated. Love is in the air, and this Valentine's season, hearts are taking center stage. But the big question remains, is your boo truly your boo? Well, join us from 2nd February to 13th February on Brunch in the City, and let love lead the conversation. Love in the City. Let's put love to the test. Only 97.3 City FM.
Love in the City 2026 is powered by City FM with support from Channel 1 TV and is proudly sponsored by Africa World Airlines. Africa World Airlines, touching Africa, touching world, and 4 Points by Sheraton.
It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and it's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. As you all know, Nana Tufo started the show. Now it's time for us to take you to 11 a.m., bringing you the best of information, entertainment, and everything that makes up a beautiful morning show. My name is Chris Carter.
And of course, my name is Philip Nihlati, and like Chris indicated, I'll bring you nothing but the best from now to 11 a.m. when we say bye-bye to you. We'll visit our community, a community close to you. You may not know, so you would want to stay with us here so that you know what is happening in the community and what the residents they are asking for, and also what the government would have to do about it, among other things on the show. We'll be telling you about what is trending. There is a rather sad story circulating this morning from a church in Ghana, and other things that are also happening in the country. But
excitingly, we are twinning.
Did you copy me?
You're trying to jump past that. You're
I
trying
want to run away from that.
Run away from that. We're twinning.
Sometimes you just need the viewers to just wonder, really, what is happening?
We're twinning.
Yeah, so maybe they are just wondering
Did
what
you
is
copy
happening.
me?
Maybe we thought alike this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we
Great
did.
minds what? Think alike.
Oh, bro. Interesting. Okay, so I'm asking, have you downloaded the Channel One News app yet? If not, then please, this is a time you would have to download, because that is where the information is. That is where you would grab what is happening around you. That is where the community starts to be talking about here. You may have gotten first-hand information about it. That is where every news that we have to break in this country, certainly you would get just a notification and you are good to go. So the Channel One News app is on Google Play Store and also the App Store. You can go there now and download, because you need that information. In 2026, you just don't need to snooze so that you lose. So you need to download the Channel One News app now. Like we keep saying, and you'll not stop talking about it, because you have to download. Maybe one of these days we'll go around and take people's phones and download it for them by force. Yeah, so download the Channel One News app today and get the information that you deserve.
All right, and the Heritage Caravan 2026 is in the corner, and it's obviously the 10th edition of the Heritage Caravan. That's going to make it more exciting. You know, like a 10th anniversary of everything is really not small. You know, it's really not small. So this is going to come with more excitement, more exploration, and more fun than you can ever imagine. 14 regions in 1 week. The Caravanites are going to be enjoying different sights and sounds of different places in these 14 regions in a week, starting from the 1st to the 8th of March 2026. And definitely, I really wish I could be on this trip. You know,
you want to go, so who do the show?
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
You want to go for Heritage Caravan
so
that you go and enjoy, so that I'll be here.
Because you've left me here.
We are going together. No. You can't go and enjoy Heritage Caravan alone.
Phil,
it's either we are going together or we are staying here together. We are in this together.
I need to please
by
management.
Fire by force.
I need to please management this week. So anything, so they can just consider me.
Maybe next year, because this year I think the place is full already.
It's gone.
So we don't have space for you. That is why we are always saying that.
Little old me.
Yeah. Come again.
Just little me.
Really?
You don't have space
you are not little.
Me small. How much space do I need?
So, like Chris indicated, the space is full, it's sold out. So you would want to be preparing for next year. Be saving 1,000 Ghana cedis a month. By December, you should have about 9,000. So as soon as your break comes, you can come and pay and enjoy Heritage Caravan 2027. But as charitable as we are, we'll be giving you videos.
Yes, we're giving you all the footage of everything.
Yeah, sight and sounds.
Sounds, exactly. Of everything happening in every region. So we are actually going to be following the Caravanites from our own point of view. We will not be there, but we'll still be there.
Of course.
So you get to watch them through us. Or if you're too busy to watch us on the morning show, you can also watch them on social media. Follow them on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, City 97.3 FM on Instagram, and also follow Channel One TV on Instagram, and you can get all the pictures and the videos of everything that's going to be happening throughout this trip. But I want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, because our sponsors, you know, have really come through for us, and most of them are, you know, reoccurring sponsors, ones that have been with us for a very long time, like Hollard. Want to say thank you to Hollard Insurance. Thank you so much for holding us down. And next we have Gino. Thank you, Gino, for joining us this year for this caravan. And also Goil Energy. Goil has been so good. They've always been there with us too. Thank you so much, Goil, for what you've been doing. And Didi Shito is just joining the group chat for the first time.
And I'm sure Didi Shito will go.
Exactly.
Because once you want to sponsor this event, you are stuck. Yeah,
I'm telling
there's
you.
no turning back.
Exactly. So Piva Beverage also has been with us, and thank you so much for coming back again and putting this together. And Nana's Rice is also making the first entry.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being part of this. And the official timekeepers, Caveman Watches that we all know, a watch made in Ghana, and this is affordable luxury and it's everywhere, so you can go out and check them. And Omni Basic Bank, thank you for holding us down for the Heritage Caravan. And Mini Achomo is joining also. Thank you. I'm sure they're going to provide all the snacks. You see why I really want to be on this, because there's so much goodies that's going to be going around.
So much goodies. I'm so excited. And it's
ADD Granite Pace joining the group chatting. Add me Granite Pace.
It's just endless.
Joining,
I'm sure by the time the caravanites will come, we'll be thinking of preparing granite soups.
I'm telling you, and I think they'll probably add some weight, because they're going to be having some fun and eating at the same time.
We'll be enjoying
a little bit of calories, good calories, happy calories,
a little bit. But you spoke about they traveling in Ghana and doing all that, and we also have a campaign here that is the Eat Ghana Rice campaign, which is very important. As you are going about your day-to-day activities, you'd want to think about patronizing made in Ghana products, patronizing made in Ghana food, so we can actually move away from the food glut that we witnessed last year. So eat fresh, eat Ghana, build the future, which is very important. Fresh from our farms to your plate. This is what we are preaching here. Eat Ghana, build Ghana. Let your meal make a difference. Choose Ghana first. And that is what we are actually asking you to do. In all your gettings on your plate, get a Ghana rice, or get something that we have produced here, so we can create jobs. The numbers are still huge when it comes to unemployment rate in this country. But if you have the farmers doing their work well and making the money, certainly they will be able to employ a lot more people, and it's going to affect the supply chain and all that. People will now enter into businesses and be doing it. And also with the farmers, of course, they are producing quality product, or coming out with good rice that you would want to try. Please eat Ghana and ensure that you would be able to push the agenda that we are pushing here. But this is in partnership with Agri Impact. Yes, Agri Impact is also on. We also have MasterCard Foundation and the 24-hour economy also pushing this particular agenda. Chris, another interesting one is your boo. That is a very big question everybody's asking. Is your boo, and the person you are going out with, is he really the man, or the person, your woman you are going out with, is she really the man? You want to put her to test, or you want to put him to test? It's between this period, and today is actually the 10th of February, so we have few days for this program on City 97.3 to end. It's between the hours of 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Right.
Go and try, but please, if they show you or they chooks your eye,
show you prepare.
Please don't cry. We are just testing the people here, so you'd want to tune in on Branch in the City from Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and this is sponsored by Africa World Airline, that is AWA. We have 4 Point, and we also have Cream Bakery. So definitely you should be able to join this and test the woman or the man you want to test. The question is your boo your boo? Anything you have for us in trends today?
Yeah, but before we get into that, that's why it's better to have all your trust in Jesus, because Jesus is your boo. He's never gonna leave you. You don't have to go through this test if you put all your eggs in Jesus. Jesus is Lord, guys.
So no, I telling people not to test. Some people want to be sure. Some people want to be sure of who really they are going out with.
Anyway,
because sometimes, I heard somewhere that somebody said that weekends try and go around and check whether that is not your boyfriend that is getting married or your girlfriend that is being married. So this is just a way for you to check. I've received a couple of messages on my phone people asking, you can put her to test. I said, but boss, don't go through me. Take it to the text line on Branch in the City between the hours of 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and do the test. Okay.
Anyway, let's get straight into the trends. What is trending? What is everybody talking about on social media? What's keeping us buzzing and busy on social media We're talking about the platforms like X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. What is keeping us buzzing right there? So we have the issue of Abutrika. Obviously, we've talked about it here before, but interestingly, Abutrika has actually filed suit against the AG, NACOC, IYOCO, and FBI. So he filed a lawsuit on February 9, 2026 at the Accra High Court against Ghana's Ministry of the Interior, Attorney General, NACOC, IYOCO, and the FBI. That's very...
Abu is strong.
Yeah, that's very daring. Seeking 10 million Ghana cedis damage for unlawful arrest, detention, right abuses during a probe into an $8 million romance scam targeting elderly Americans. Arrested in December 11, 2025 in a joint operations, authorities seized luxury cars like a Lamborghini and a Cybertruck from his houses, while U.S. prosecutors accuse him of using AI-generated fake profiles for wire fraud and money laundering. Kumi claims constitutional violations, and including coercion and looting without receipts, and wants evidence ruled inadmissible plus blocks of extradition and FBI actions in Ghana. The case highlights strains in international cybercrime cooperation and awaits a hearing this month.
Abu is stricken. Abutrika.
But it's what is confusing me is that they are still awaiting hearing this month, right? And so that means while you're awaiting hearing, he has gone ahead to sue them.
Yeah, interesting.
So it's like a counter suit.
The suit names that you just mentioned: the Minister of Interior, the Narcotics Control Commission, the FBI, the Economic and Organized Crime Office, and the Attorney General as respondents. And this that we are saying here, the applicant further claimed that the law enforcement officers seized a large number of luxurious items and electronics, including, like you mentioned, a Lamborghini, a Mercedes-Benz, a Cybertruck, multiple iPhones models 7 to 15 Pro, MacBooks, and also a laptop, a PlayStation 5 console, a Starlink Wi-Fi model, also some watches, jewelries, and silver chains. However, he revealed that many of the seized items belonged to his friends and no inventory or receipt were provided. Abutrika also accused IYOCO of violating his presumption of innocence by publicly labeling him as a notorious cyber criminal in a news release before any judicial determination of guilt. So we're following up this story keenly. Just interesting how it's going. Abutrika in the news again, and definitely I'm sure the general public have been talking about it. Let's bring you what they've been talking about, what they've been saying so far as this is concerned. Yeah, so let's bring the comments of what the general public have been saying. Yeah, Chris.
You gotta be kidding me. Does he know what their mandates are? Exercise infertility. And this is by Bandile Bellows.
Why are they saying that? You have to test the law.
Case where them give one person two different names. Yeah, why should no go come inside? Let's see how it goes. The boy was allegedly starving, handcuffed, and denied a lawyer. Now he's fighting back for 10 million Ghana cedis. Pay him, whether guilty or not. No one deserves torture on our soil. Derek Sam is saying, they follow that human rights activist lawyer. Then he matter come make worse. By admitting that his name is Frederick Kumi, he has effectively given authorities an identifiable lead. Earlier claims suggested he had no verifiable identity due to the emergence of two different names in the ongoing case. This development could potentially trigger extradition. And there's a reply there, but let's move over to the next. You already got money. What you need the state money for? Just disappear and enjoy your life, bro. How can you disappear when you're still in court?
Wow.
People shouting rights violation but quiet about what led to their arrest. Let's hear both sides. If security agencies acted wrongly, they must pay. If not, this lawsuit is pure distraction. Ghana versus FBI in court. This case is about to expose a lot of dirty laundry one way or the other. No, I don't think this is Ghana versus FBI actually. This is Abutrika versus Ghana versus FBI.
Yeah. So it's we have sort of other parties involved in this.
So but it's not by the state. He rather is trying to sue the state. So it's Abutrika versus Ghana.
Versus FBI. Well, we'll be following up the story keenly. I'm sure that message that came out that he's following an activist. You know, one of the lawyers,
Oliver Barker,
Vomawa. So that's it. Anyway, so that's away from Abutrika. We woke up to a disturbing story.
Very
that
disturbing.
Is really going on the social media. Let's watch this video. When we come back, we'll tell you what the video means.
So, unfortunately, friends, I have a news for you. I have a news for you. From this morning, you can't come to the auditorium to pray. You can't come. All of you, every one of you know that the auditorium is almost half full every day, every moment of the day. People are praying. People are praying every day. So we are unable to close our own auditorium because people are ready to pray. It's a revival, and God is doing marvelous things through it. People are ready to pray. But from today until further notice, I'm sorry you can't come because of what somebody did yesterday in the evening. How much hatred can you have? Are you sent? How much hatred that you will pick a fuel, petrol, sprinkle it in a church and set it on fire. And friends, if you don't know, our church, a lady tried to set the whole church on fire yesterday in the evening. She came around like she's praying in the auditorium. Others were praying. It's like she's praying all of a sudden, and I appreciate our security so much. I appreciate from the way the one looking on the CCTV camera caught that swift move and informed the security to rush it. Show it to them. Show it to them. Show it to them. How swift the lady was. Well, put petrol. Ye being a mafia, many papa bompa ye na family. Obinsu so be shidan. Look at that. A furious, look at that. So please, if you come there today, it may not be open tomorrow. But one thing is, it won't stop us. Devil, it won't stop us. We will fix the place, and prayer will still go. It won't stop us.
So this has to do with the Alpharians, and this is a rather sad incident. So the incident happened yesterday, Monday evening, at the Grace Mountain Ministry in Accra, home to Pastor Elvis Ajiman, popularly known as Alpha R Prayer Chief. And this is a rather troubling story, but it's circulating on social media, so definitely we have to talk about. So that is the video there. A video of the woman who went into the church to set the church ablaze. So you can see she came in, according to the chief Alpharian, came in to pray, and she was acting all normal, just for them to see in the CCTV footage that she had petrol, I think it was in the bottle or something, and sprinkled it.
Not in the bottle.
Around.
Was it a bottle?
I think so, or a polythene bag, or a rubber. I think so. But you know, petrol is very the way it is. If you put it in a rubber,
not very smart.
It may melt.
So and then she used the same hand.
Yeah, you understand. So if a little get into your hand, certainly the fire was what attacking.
Yeah, so she must have been burnt a bit from what we see.
From what we are saying. So that is it. By the way, let's bring you what the general public is saying about this this particular troubling story. We wouldn't want to see anything like this in any church in Ghana. But what they worry the woman, or who sent the question they're asking, what could drive someone to go that far? There may be more to this than we know.
Yeah, it's called witchcraft.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is wild. Imagine the story without the CCTV. Yeah, very important. That's why you need one in every church. If someone can set a whole auditorium on fire, then those markets and shopping mall fires are not by accident.
Yeah, which actually also brings us to the question of, you know, the series of fires that we have seen.
Yeah.
Could some not have been arson?
We are waiting for investigations. See, this is a sign that the world is full of hate. Don't joke with your prayer life, brethren. It's true. It's true. You may think someone is smiling with you, but definitely the person may not really like you. If they fail spiritually, they would have to come physically. Nothing would stop, well, Alpharians. Yeah. What at all does she want that she would go to this extent to burn a church auditorium down? This world is scary. And down there is wait till you hear her side of the story. LOL. Well, let's see how that one is going to unfold. Her side of the story that she's going to bring. And we'll be following up the story, Kinley. Like we said, every story here, definitely we will definitely have to do a follow-up and tell the general public what is happening. So, like it's been stated by the chief Alpharian that the prayer services in the church may not happen. I think there's another CCTV footage of what really happened. Yeah, so the aftermath of the bends you can see on the screen. But I also understand that the security there have apprehended her.
Yeah, she's been arrested for arson. Yeah.
So she's currently in the police custody, but questions will be asked. So this happening at 10:42. Yeah, 10:42. You can see the time.
So 10:42 before. So 2 hours to the main prayer.
Yeah, 2 hours to the prayer. So, and they said this is the main entrance, Papa's entrance view. Okay, so it tells you that a lot of things are happening there. But like we said, we are definitely going to bring you update here on Channel One TV and on Breakfast Daily. So we have a lot for you on the show. Let's kickstart the show. Let's bring you video of the day. Sometimes when you are doing something and you get caught, you want to pretend that you are the victim.
Yeah. But you know, but this is exactly the feeling that you get when you're trying to bath cold water during a cold weather.
Oh, so like this period.
Yes.
I've noticed
but
that
it's not Hamatan. Is this Hamatan?
I think so.
This is not Hamatan, please. It's so hot.
It's not?
It's so hot. The beds are hot. Everything is hot.
Oh, you think so?
Like my bed is literally hot.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah, it's so hot. So I don't know what the weather is exactly. And have you realized that the nights are way longer? That 6 a.m. in the morning looks like 5:30. Look like 5:30.
I think we are experiencing longer nights, shorter days.
This looks like super longer nights because it's so dark.
Why, you want to sleep?
It's confusing.
You love working.
It's so confusing.
But even at night you can still be working. That's how come the 24-hour thing for me.
Well, I'm always working till like 12 a.m.
I'm hoping for a country that will not sleep.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes it's just troubling. You are driving around 10, 11 p.m. and you get a flat tire, or your car develops a fault, or you need to grab something somewhere, you need to get your hair done, or something, and you are just wondering, so why are people asleep?
No, but you see, well, I think it's changing gradually. Some industries are already adapting to 24 hours.
And
some industries.
You see the vulcanizers, you from one place to
yeah, those ones done. But some people are adapting the 24 hours, and I think everybody should just, get.
For me, the mechanics and the vulcanizers are very important, and also
I saw a grocery store. There's a grocery store that does 24 hours.
Maybe it's far from. But if you have it within your communities and people are not sleeping, there should be an economy that people are not sleeping. Because like you indicated, if you have longer nights, shorter days, it's even best because you have a serene environment to work. You understand? But anyway, we'll talk about that later. Let's go to the northern region and bring you what is happening there. This week, definitely, we may be talking a lot more about road. And on this show, we talk about everything: water, road, health, all what we can talk about so far as is affecting people and also communities. We are taking you to the Tamale Savalugu Wale Road, which is in a very deplorable state. And this report was filed by my colleague in the city newsroom, Christopher Asima. He went there to file this report. Let's bring you the report after we would know the reason why that road is in a very deplorable state as we speak now. From 2022 to 2025, you understand that a contractor should have been on the stretch to be working, but that is not happening. Let's bring you the report.
The Tamale-Paga Highway was originally constructed in 1991 with support from the government of Japan. More than 3 decades later, sections of the road have seen little major rehabilitation.
This Nabogo, look at this in the town. Look at the road, it's not fine. Look at the long vehicles, they are all suffer.
There are a lot of accidents doing on this road, and most trucks usually the tires has been punching due to this road, and it's really difficult sitting here and watching them when it is a market day, when the motor cares. Some even felt when they are carrying passengers. Some they will just come on the motorbike, that motor care, it will just tip all the passengers, and they all fell down.
The Tamale Wale Bolga stretch has deteriorated significantly with deep potholes and broken surfaces, posing risk to commuters and heavy-duty vehicles.
You started journey from Thursday, last week Thursday. If I Thursday I came me, I was said by Ochinanopa, Manamu in Tomantos, and Kodua, who drivers no, will only fair no fair nebetiso. A major problem, pa. You started journey, a P board around 5 o'clock. Before I do Wale a pie tie. From Wale, a young dwarf, you are pie one tie. Or move free, say was a Yamanembra. Why you say a Jumawi, a bed in a
in June 20.
This particular stretch, which is the Tamale Wale Bolgatanga Road, in June 2022, we understand that the Vice President, then, that is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, cut sword for the dualization of the stretch, which is the Tamale to Wale Road. We can put the videos of that on the screen so that the viewers can appreciate what we are talking about as we talk about it here on TV. So the stretch is actually a 83-kilometer stretch from Savalugu to Wale, and that section was awarded to a construction firm called JMC Project, an India firm that later rebranded to Kalpataru Project with funding from the Exim Bank of India. The project valued $158 million was expected to be completed in 2025. And I remember this road very well because when we were doing the community forum then, prior to the 2024 elections, we used the stretch from Tamale to Wale when we also held another community forum there to assess the level of what people level of development in the constituency, that is the Walewale constituency, and what people make of the upcoming elections. That was the 2024 elections. But however, only 1% of the work has reportedly been executed, despite nearly $30 million paid as mobilization. And this $30 million, I remember very well, the current roads minister, Governor Kwame Agboja, spoke about it on the floor of Parliament and said that an amount of money, that is $30 million, has been given to this contractor. And the contractor is demanding $14 million again. And the question is, what is being done with the mobilization fund? So the road remains a critical economic corridor linking Tamale to the northeast and also upper east regions. Drivers say it is currently, or its current condition has increased travel time, which is very true, because if you have a very deplorable stretch like this, you wouldn't be able to move on the stretch freely. Fuel consumption and also vehicle maintenance cost has also shot up. The Ministries of Roads and Highways, that is the Ministry of Roads and Highways, says that the matter has been referred to the Attorney General to determine whether the contractor should resume work or refund the money. That is where we are now. So some drivers say earlier sighting of construction equipment near the Pugu had raised hopes of progress, but work has yet to begin. So you see equipment there and all of that, but the work is yet to begin. So a big question we are also asking here is that what is happening on the road as we speak now? $158 million was raised for this particular project. An amount of $30 million was paid to the contractor. Is it that maybe the contractor is having some challenge for which they can't continue the project, because this stretch, like I indicated or said earlier, it's a very important road connecting from Tamale through to Savelugu to Walewale and to the northeast and also the upper east region of the northern side of the country. And we always talk about roads, how people are able to move from one place to the other. If we have roads that are done in a very good state, certainly we are going to have economic activities being done well, or definitely we are going to have economic activities that is going to be boosted. But we have the Municipal Chief Executive for Savelugu, Alhassan Fusaini, on the line, who is joining us for us to ask what really is happening with the road and what the residents and also motorists are talking about so far as this road is concerned. Good morning, sir. I trust you are doing well.
Good morning. Yes, I'm doing well.
First of all, I want to find out from you, what is the update on the Tamale Savelugu Walewale road since you took office as the Municipal Chief Executive for Savelugu?
Yeah, thank you very much for the time. Tamale through Savelugu to Walewale road is one of the main highway leading to Volga and Paga. On the road there are many potholes on it, and I think that it is something that is very known to highways and Ministry of Roads. If you remember, it was even awarded during the previous administration, and a camp was sited at one of our communities, that is Pigo community, on the highway, but works were not done on the road. And as at now, there were bigger potholes on it, which stress vehicles movement, smooth movement. But highway has been doing regular patches on the road. They identify the potholes and then work on them. And currently, that's what they have done. From Savelugu up to Arankukobla, that's our end.
Okay, but what is the bigger issue is that a contractor is supposed to be on the road, and since you are representing the good people of Savelugu as the president's representative, what exactly is happening on the road? Why is the contractor not on?
Like I have indicated earlier, that is directly under the ministry. It's one of the highways rules. So the Minister of Roads is in charge of that. And the minister has on several occasions raised that issue on the floor of Parliament and narrated how an amount was already spent on it, but without any work. So the ministry is doing an assessment of it to find out whether it is worth allowing same contractor to continue or discontinue the contract. But the government is committed, the ministry is committed in working on the road.
So per what I'm getting from you, we are yet to know whether it's going to be awarded to the same contractor or not. Maybe you may have found out from the contractor why there was the movement off the road, though an amount of $30 million was given by way of mobilization. As the municipal chief executive, have you gathered any information like that?
For now, I have not gathered any information relative to that for now.
Okay, but this road has been like in existence from in the 1990s. I'm sure maybe you are a resident of Savelugu yourself. What has been the measures that have been put in place on the road prior to the 2022 official shortcutting for the stretch to be fixed?
You know, like I have told you earlier, that was done during the previous administration. So the contractor was on site. They did some survey work on the route, and they had their camp, like I said, at Pibu, and that's what I'm privy to.
Okay.
But the ministry has done an assessment, and like I've indicated, they are working on it.
Okay.
Yes. But at our own level, when we observed that there were those numerous potholes on it, even using the road in the afternoon is dangerous, because potholes, you just come and meet a pothole, cars are trying to dodge it, and that can cause an accident. What about if it is in the night? So we took some measures. When you check, there are many communities on the highway, so which was having street lights, but most of the streets are now dead. So we took deliberate efforts to replace all the dead street lights from Kanshavu, that's Luko, our end with Tamale Metro, through to a community in our municipality, Nabuko. So we have intended to continue from Nabuko up to Kukobla, our end, so that at least in the night, if the street lights can also assist in brightening up the road.
Wow. So your side of the road is how many kilometers? Because you know it's an 83 kilometer stretch. So you have how many kilometers within your jurisdiction?
That's about 38 kilometers.
Oh, 38. So you are more than one third.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And on that 38 kilometers, since the contractors were said to have done the bare minimum, what were some of the things that they actually have done that you have seen with the 1% of, you know, what they have done? What was it that they did?
It is only the subway work, as well as creating a camp for the start of the work. Aside that, I've not seen any visible work on the road.
Okay. So have you visited the campsite in recent times?
Yes.
Okay. Are equipment there, or they removed?
Some of the vehicles are still at the campsite.
Okay.
Okay, so the vehicles are there. Are there people there? Human beings?
No, it's only security personnel who are in charge of that.
And you know
Who
how
take care
long?
of that.
And you know how long it's been there in that state? Do you know how long it's been in that state?
Since the time that they intended starting with the contract, that was when those vehicles, tipper trucks, water tankers, and other vehicles were moved to that camp.
So we're talking about 2022, because that's when the Vice President Mamadou Bouaoumi actually cut short for that.
Yes.
So since 2022, there's just the camp and those vehicles and security.
It is only that.
Wow.
No any other work has been done on it.
And this construction firm you're talking about is the Kalpatura, is that it?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's it. Okay, so for people who use the stretch and as the municipal chief executive for a section of the road, what is your word to them?
My word is that we users need to be very cautious, especially our drivers. But now it is better because I explained that drivers are trying to dodge potholes on it, which has the tendency of causing accident rather. And so they need to be more cautious when they are applying the route, and also take precautionary measures, especially overspeeding will not be appropriate. They have to be calm and then observe traffic regulations so that they can send people safely to their destinations.
Yeah, but have there been any issues or reports of accidents before due to these potholes and maybe drivers trying to dodge these potholes?
It was only one incident around Parishi when you are getting to Savulgo that way. An accident occurred there, resulting into trying to dodge a pothole.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. He is the municipal chief executive for Savulgo, Al-Hassan Fusaini, who spoke to us. Over 30 kilometers of the stretch is within his municipality, and that tells you that the stretch is very long. If we talk about 83 kilometers, that's long, because the Kratima motorway is a 19 kilometer stretch from Tetekwashi, and from Ashaman runabout to Akosombo. It's about 63 kilometer stretch.
Oh, so 83 must be
83
very
is
long.
And when you look at the Pokwase or Franco to Isawam should be around 17 kilometer stretch, but they calculate it on both sides about 33 kilometer stretch. When you go to the Adenta to Dodowa, is about 25 kilometer stretch. Then you move from Dodowa to Dawenya, it's also about 25 kilometer stretch. So it tells you how long an 83 kilometer stretch, just giving an idea of how long an 83 kilometer stretch will be. And if you are driving on an 83 kilometer stretch for a very long time, and the road actually is like very deplorable, you are not able to tell who is next or who is coming from, who is actually approaching.
True.
Yeah, and you're also driving at a very tough speed, moving from Tamale to Wale. It tells you that this road has to be fixed. It's a very important road that has to be really fixed, because you wouldn't want to be having lives lost on the stretch. And also the MC spoke about something which is very important, that the street lights, some have been fixed within areas that they are communities. So these street lights would sort of be serving dual purpose: one, for the community, and two, for the road, so that people can easily move on the stretch. But that doesn't give you the chance as a motorist or a driver to speed, because your life is very important. I actually wanted to ask him that within his jurisdiction, how many checkpoints will you see in the evenings? Because once he's the municipal chief executive, he's the chairman of MUSEC, that is the Municipal Security Council. So definitely he'll be able to tell how many checkpoints will be on the stretch. But very important is the fact that we would have to get the road fixed. If the roads ministry is conducting an investigation into the issue, it has to be conducted and done well, so that we will see what really is going to come out of the investigation, and also what the government's plan is for the road. Already, the roads minister has indicated that this particular issue has been taken on by the Attorney General. So once it's been moved to the Attorney General's department, it tells you that it's a road of great importance. So an amount of $153 million actually was what was supposed to have been raised for this road construction, and $30 million was given to the construction firm that is a Kalpatura project. And since then, the stretch, we understand, hasn't been seen any facelift. The only thing that has been seen is a campsite and also the equipment that were brought there. And it's just clear that every project that is being done, you definitely need to get a campsite, or you need to get the equipment there. It tells you what you can do so that you'll be able to come on the road. So I think that if this has to be done, it has to be done immediately. Yeah, because people moving all the way from Tamale through to Savelugu to Wale Wale. I had the opportunity to use the stretch, so I'm just excited about the fact that I know, like, the picture comes, I know I'm picturing what I saw on the road. But when I was using the stretch then, it wasn't this deployable.
Yeah.
So it tells you that
as time goes on,
yeah,
it just gets worse.
It gets worse.
It wears off.
Yeah, it gets worse. So if nothing is done about it immediately, for how long will you keep patching potholes? And people, you see these boys patching potholes with sand. The very moment there is a downpour, then the sun washes off and we are back to square one, and you see the pothole on the stretch again. And just in the video and the pictures that I'm seeing on the screen, I saw somebody using a Mercedes Benz on the stretch. And just imagine driving all the way from Wale Wale to Tamale. So this is the Mercedes Benz I was talking about. So you're driving this on the road, and the next minute you have a problem under your vehicle, and you really do not know what to do. But let's try and get the other authorities and speak to concerning this particular project. Dr. Tia Abdul Kabiru Mahama is the Member of Parliament for Wale Wale, and actually he served in the office of the former Vice President, that is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, so he should understand most of the things that we'll be talking about. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning.
I trust you're doing well.
Good morning to you. Yes, I'm very well.
Thank you so much. The Tamale Savelugu Wale Wale Road, what is happening?
Also, I think that is a question that the current government should be amenable to provide answers. What I do know of fact is that the previous government commenced the dualization of the Tamale Savelugu Wale Wale Bolgatanga Road. In fact, it stretches all the way from Savelugu to Wale Wale, and then the phase was supposed to continue to Bolgatanga. Funding of it was provided by Indian Exim, invariably as part of the contract arrangement. An Indian company was supposed to do the construction of the road. This company mobilized in line with the contractual arrangement or agreement to site. Materials were brought to site, and if you apply the road, you will see somewhere around Pigo to the left hand side of the road on your way en route to Wale Wale. You see their station there. They mobilized equipment to site. Unfortunately for the government and for the contractor and for the users of the road, we were hit by the debt exchange program as part of the broader IMF program, which invariably means that every debt or every funding program that was supposed to be loan was also brought on standstill. So following the conclusion of the negotiation, the plan was to have them back to site, have the program or have the loan reactivated for work to continue. So this is what we know. After the time we're handing over contractor, there were plans to bring them back to site because negotiation for the debt exchange had happened and concluded. But 1 year down the line, the Ministry for Roads and the Finance Minister has not been able to provide that concrete answer, except to say that they continue assured that they will continue with the project, but nothing has been moved yet.
Wow. So the debt exchange program affected the construction, but earlier what we understand is that the construction was slated for 3 years. That is from 2022 to 2025. Prior to this government coming on, wasn't there any plan by the previous administration to get the contractor back on site after giving an amount of $30 million by way of mobilization that the Roads Ministry or the current administration has stated that was given to the contractor?
Yeah, but I've heard the minister responsible for road make propaganda and do propaganda with the mobilization. And you and I know that, one, this project was funded by the India Exim.
Yeah.
2, the project contract demanded that a mobilization to site was supposed to be paid, and that was the amount that was paid. And it's not even the government of Ghana that is paying it. As part, it is when the quantity surveyors and then engineers at the road ministry certify. It is on the basis of that money will be released by India Exim to the contractor. All right, so this is fully funded, but it is reflecting or is supposed to sit on the government of Ghana books because it is debt acquired by government of Ghana, and the contractor is paid for that purpose. So the minister responsible for road has made propaganda with it to suggest that work was not done after money had been released to the contractor, and that about 30 million has been released to the contractor. Go to site, value the equipment that the contractor has moved to site, and see whether or not those equipments will not commensurate with the amount that has been released to them. That is how a sound analysis would be. But you don't throw it and then engender kind of emotional and propaganda effect by just suggesting that 30 million has been paid to a contractor and no work done. The essence of the mobilization was for him to prepare and purchase equipment to come to site. The contractor did that. In fact, as a matter of fact, they started even doing some preliminary work on the site. This is what we know as of fact. I'm not defending the contractor, and I think that even if the government feels so strongly that money has been paid to a contractor without cause, they have every opportunity to come under their aura. They have every opportunity to come under the special prosecutor to arrest or pick up whoever is responsible. You see, but we could continue doing propaganda with these things, and it's not helping us. What we want answers to is the fact that the government is still promising that they'll come back to site. Let them see them come back on site. But what we know, and I know the minister responsible for finance in the last administration, Dr. Amin Anta, I have had discussion on him in the latter part of the administration. He was very clear that now that negotiations were over, it was time that the contractor will come to site, and that immediately after the election, he thinks that we would have them back on site. Unfortunately, we never won power. The new administration is in, and I think that it's a matter of continuing with what has started. But 1 year after they had assumed office and nothing is moving on, clearly suggests that they are not so much committed to the project.
The Pigu area where the campsite is it within your constituency?
No, Pigu is not part of our constituency, it's part of the Savologo constituency.
Okay, cool. So I was asking this so that I will know whether you've seen the campsite in recent times. We spoke to the MCA for Savologo. It looks like nothing is happening at the campsite. Have you seen the campsite in recent times?
I'm saying the campsite is a matter that every user of the road will see. It's not far from the road, and that when you apply in any diligent observation, will see them there. That's what I'm saying. That the campsite, when you say nothing is happening, I don't know whether machines have been moved out of sight, because the campsite, they are not working because they have not been provided. In fact, as a matter of fact, when they raise the mobilization, I know as of certain that apart from the 30 million, they raised another certificate. And the minister responsible of road is challenging that certificate, arguing that we've not fully certified the 30 million that we have provided. But they are also arguing that some work has been done, and it's part of our obligation. You are supposed to pay that. In fact, I don't have to check to see whether, if you are Monday, I can share with you the other certificate they have presented. But be that as it may, I'm not even interested in the proprietor or otherwise of that particular road, but it is for them to do a diligent search and know whether or not their request is anything tenable or not. But the campsite is there. They are not working now because the government has not regularized their contract. The government has not given them go ahead and has not provided them with any funding. But what I know is that, unless of course the MC is saying that machines have been moved out of sight, but they were heavy equipment. I mean, amounting to several millions of dollars if you want to quantify them at the site in Pigu. I don't know, maybe in the last 1 week or 2 weeks they might have moved them. I cannot speak to that. He's the DC and he may be able to speak to that, but I know of fact that they had mobilized equipment needed for the construction of the road to site.
Okay, so you are at the Wale Wale side of the stretch as the member of parliament for the area, and also you are in the chamber with the roads minister. What is the next line of action to ensure that you also add your voice to it for this road to be fixed?
Well, so I think that I would, at my former level engagement with the minister, try to find out, following his promise that they were going to do the work, what the timelines are. Because once I understand the timelines, that's why we can then communicate to the people and the users of that road, the beneficiaries of this road, on governmental. I admit that if government has no money to do the project, we only have to beat time and let government reprioritize their projects to make sure that they give it a priority. We cannot do something much if government is limited in terms of the fiscal space. But we can have an idea as to when the road can be constructed. So that's one thing I will be engaging the minister. If I think that that is not working, I would think that for a formal petition to the president by those users of the road, because you see, this road is a major road. It's an international road. Aside the fact that it's benefiting people in Sabluko constituency, people in Wale Wale constituency, people in Talensi constituency, and people in Bolgatanga constituency, and to go all the way to supporting people in Navarongo and Paga. Right? These are the many users of the road. So it is not just the Wale Wale constituency, but several other constituencies are going to benefit from it. And even people, it's an international road that is going to also improve our transnational, transportation system. So I think we'll do more. And when Parliament, once Parliament has resumed, and you have also brought it to our attention, and it has become a teaching and a major concern for the people and users of this road, it's now incumbent on us as leaders to also be part of that advocacy to ensure that government give it a priority.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We're grateful that you actually spoke to us on this issue. Dr. Tia Abdul Kabiru Mahama is the member of parliament for Wale Wale, and he spoke to us. Well, actually, we spoke to him because when the vice president cut hold for this project, he was there in the year 2022. So he understands what exactly happened, where so far as the construction is concerned, where they started in the year 2022 and which was supposed to have ended in 2025. Not to actually read political meanings into it, but also to ensure that the government will pay some sort of attention to the stretch, because at the end of the day, as the motorist that will bear the brunt of that particular deplorable stretch. Chris, I think we should take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll bring you more on Breakfast Daily on Channel One TV. Stay with us.
Watching DSTV means getting the TV you love, but staying connected means getting something extra. Stunning. Extra matches, extra dramas, the best local and the world's biggest. Extra laughter, music, movies, and extra vim. I love it. Just stay connected or reconnect and get upgraded to the next higher package at no extra cost. Charlie, we got you. Keep watching. Get more with DSTV.
It's never selfish saying no. Rather, it's healthy. On this episode of Lifeline, we talk about setting boundaries, be it at work, in relationships, and even with family. Join Bishop Fred Kwanchimensa as he talks about how important it is to protect your peace without apology.
Welcome, my dear friends. This is Lifeline, where psychology meets theology to deal with life's complex situations. It is very important that you learn to set boundaries in order to be functional in life.
Boundaries are like invisible walls that is not meant to keep somebody out, but it's like it ends with you, where so walls that show where you end and where I begin.
Okay.
Or where I end and you begin. Because if those ones are not there, I will walk and bump into you.
Lifeline airs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
I need someone to call my own. This February, the month of love, Brunch in the City brings you Love in the City, a warm celebration of romance, connection, and heartfelt moments. From sweet confessions to unforgettable surprises, Love in the City creates space for love to be felt, shared, and celebrated. Love is in the air, and this Valentine's season, hearts are taking center stage. But the big question remains, is your boo truly your boo? Well, join us from 2nd February to 13th February on Brunch in the City and let love lead the conversation. Love in the City. Let's put love to the test. Only on 97.3 City FM.
Love in the City 2026 is powered by City FM with support from Channel 1 TV and is proudly sponsored by Africa World Airlines. Africa World Airlines, touching Africa, touching world, and 4 Points by Sheraton.
Anything that is on paper, he can bring to life in the most majestic way. But he's coming to make a very special, very popular Israeli dish. It's of North African origin. Professor Roy Horowitz.
Wow, what an introduction.
Well, you deserve it.
Thank you
It was
so
all
much.
true, wasn't it? Tell us the name of this dish.
Well, it's called shakshuka.
Shakshuka.
Shakshuka, a very basic dish actually, which is very popular in Israel. It's not the national dish. The national dish is called falafel.
Falafel.
Oh, the smell.
It smells delicious.
But full spoons. Full spoons.
Okay.
2 of these.
Alright.
And we need the paprika, the sweet paprika. This is the sweet paprika?
Yes, it is.
So we just cover it and we let it now just cook for some 10 minutes, something like that.
So, shakshuka.
Yeah.
How do we do it?
And what we usually do is that we break the bread and we dip it into the sauce and we take it.
Shukusha, man, come on.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Jimmy Mayonnaise, Kivu Spices, and Lily Rice.
All right, welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV, and right now we're about to have a conversation, and this conversation is about the Heritage Caravan. And like I said, this is not any ordinary edition. This is like the 10th edition. 10, that's a big number, the 10th anniversary. We've been doing this for 10 years. We've been, going around the country for 10 years.
10 good years.
Yeah, so that's why it's going to be
1, 2, 3, 4,
so
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
exciting. So
Wow.
for those who missed, sorry, you could join the 11th edition. But since we're talking about the 10th edition, let's just get straight into it. We're just going to be talking to one of our sponsors, and this person is sponsoring for the first time, or this brand is joining us for the first time. And like Nana Tufo always calls them, the official timekeepers of the Heritage Caravan 2026 Caveman Watches. And we have the CEO here, Mr. Anthony Jamefer. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. You're looking nice in cacao.
Oh Yes, thank you.
All right, so let's get straight into it. Heritage Caravan 10th edition. First of all, have you ever been on the Heritage Caravan before?
I haven't, unfortunately. So this is my first time.
Right, but you've heard of it.
Of course, I've heard of it. I've been following Kinley, but just never had the chance to be part of it. So I'm very excited. This will be my first time.
Yeah, so what is it that you actually love about the Heritage Caravan, especially watching us or watching from your point of view?
I love, first of all, the main motive behind it, promoting local tourism, because unfortunately most of us living in Ghana, we've not even seen these places, and foreigners will come into the country and get to visit all the key places before we do. So I think the initial motive of promoting local tourism is something I'm really excited about. I also love the consistency in terms of quality that you guys have delivered with the caravan. And the fact that it's the 10th year means you've been doing a great job for 10 years. And when Caveman comes in, we always love to celebrate milestone moments. So 10th edition, I wouldn't miss that.
That's
he,
a good one.
he actually wants to keep our time on the caravan.
I know, right? I know.
So it's going to be 8 days, 14 regions, and you'll be calculating all that. So by the time you come back, you'll be giving us how many hours or minutes we've spent.
Perfectly,
But why
yes.
did you choose to sponsor this?
Like I mentioned, I love the motive behind it, what it stands for, which is a very important thing that we promote local tourism. The thing about the caravan that I want us to promote this year is being on time, being punctual. I mean, Caveman as a brand, we are not only for selling luxury in terms of wristwatches, but also promoting the agenda of being punctual. We've heard of the Ghanaman time for too long, and I think we need to be conscious in making an effort to change that narrative. So we'll be the official timekeepers for the caravan. We'll be letting people experience the punctuality, coming back knowing exactly how many hours it takes from this point to that point. Then of course we like to, give some rewards here and there.
So goodies.
Goodies would always come along.
I like what he's saying.
I have to join the caravan because of Caveman.
Really?
Yeah. So people that will be coming on time, will a few activities along the way to give some goodies out. Yeah.
Now we are jealous because we're not going to be part of it.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe at the end of the day you will take us.
We'll come back. We'll sort that one out.
No, but see, what I like about this is that he said they're trying to let people teach people how to be on time.
Yeah.
You understand? So this actually helps Prema's job.
Let's go.
The let's go will reduce.
Oh, she does the let's go.
She does the let's go, guys. It's time.
You know, sometimes from what I've seen on TV, people are having fun or they are enjoying some experience somewhere and wouldn't want to move to the next location. But we are working with time. It's a number of weeks we want to spend there. So I think I just prudent that Caveman came on to actually.
At least Prema is going to come back with her voice intact.
We'll make her work easier for her.
I know, I know.
But tell us about your brand. Caveman.
Yeah, we started making watches locally from 2018, but technically I would say 2019 because we launched the brand in December 2018. So we actually started operating in January the next year, 2019. I started off in 2015 by selling imported watches. I did that for 3 years, and naturally I like to go a step further when I'm doing anything. So I thought, why just sell watches? How about learning how to repair them? So I went to the roadside repairers to learn how to fix watches so I can serve those people. And after that I was like, wait, some people have good watches but bad leather straps. How do we fix that? I again went to Cantamanto, apprentice for some shoemakers to learn leather crafts so I can make leather straps. So it was a bit of everything coming together. And then after 3 years of selling, repairing, making straps, I'm like, why don't I think about making my own watch brand? So I started looking for African watch brands on the internet, and I couldn't find any. So the curious nature of me was like, okay, let me find out why nobody is doing it. It must be really hard, but stuff like that really excites me. So I was curious to know why nobody was doing it. And then I set out to create my own watch brand. It was just a thought in my mind that, hey, imagine if one day
I have people wearing my watch brand. Wow. Now the president of Ghana wears our watch brand. He's a very strong ambassador of the brand. We've made watches for a lot of presidents. We've made watches for Beyonce, among other people. So it's been a fairy tale journey so far, but we are just at the beginning of it.
But the name, Caveman.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
The name, okay. You know, so when I started learning how to fix watches, I became really obsessed with the whole craft. You know, I could stay indoors for weeks and not even step out. And when my friends call me out for anything, they would jokingly say, oh, that guy, he won't come out. He's always in his cave. Oh, he won't come out. He's always in his cave. So it was becoming sort of like a nickname, but while I was working, I mean, I kept watching documentaries on how things like the pyramids were built and the very complex nature of things that people centuries ago, without the technology that we have now, were able to create things that, I mean, baffle our minds now, like the pyramids, for example. So I thought about the durability, the ingenuity of the caveman's craft, the handcraft element.
Of the caveman.
Of the caveman, you know. So for these two reasons, I'm like, okay, we're going to create a brand that will create watches that can be passed down generations. I want you to have a watch and say, oh, you know, my grandfather's father left it behind. So we can be remembered as the crazy ones who started to challenge the status quo. Yeah.
Wow. But what did you study at university?
I did business management, business administration. But in secondary school, I did science. So I feel like somehow my knowledge in physics and all that has come back to help me. So being a craft person and the physics that goes into watchmaking.
And of course the business side of it.
And the business side of it. So I'm kind of like a 360 with the whole company. I sit in production, I lead the production team to create the pieces and still run the company. So I feel like it was just everything coming together perfectly for me.
I asked this because his degree didn't hold him from going to that watch repair. Or from going to Kantamanto to learn. So you went to the lowest level to learn, so you can make your business that big today. And then it's good. I've been seeing his billboards all over the place.
They're all over
Fred
the
Amugi?
place.
They're
all over the place. They're all over the place. I also saw the one with Don Jazzy.
Yes, we had Don Jazzy on it. So we've kind of like
you've gone far.
Made watches for quite some remarkable names. I think the Beyonce's one was like one of the key moments for us. A watch that took us about 2 months to make.
2 months?
Ideally,
how many months?
How many months does it take to do?
If I'm making a watch from scratch, I mean, it depends on what design the customer wants. If we're working with some sort of metal,
because
it will take longer. It's bespoke, yeah. Okay. So there's not one particular time. It depends on the design the customer wants. Some are more complex than the others, but one thing that is a constant is whatever watch we are done making, we need to let it go through quality control for about 3 days.
Oh wow!
So that is a given. No matter how long the watch takes to make, it will take 3 days to go through quality control, which has about 4 people leaving their signatures on every watch. So every aspect of the watch will be inspected properly before it goes out. What I'm wearing now is a collaborative piece between Caveman and Cacao.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you did something
clothing,
with Cacao.
Yeah. So we have a partnership where we are redefining sustainability in terms of timekeeping. So we get all the waste denim from Cacao.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then we turn them into
because he actually uses the waste denim to actually make the clothes too.
Yeah. So we get a waste denim from him. We co-design the watches and then we co-create them.
And how has that been going?
It's been great. It's been great. I mean, they are lovely pieces. It has the Cacao logo in the center. Moving around in the watch.
So is this the first collaboration you've ever worked on, especially when it comes to your pieces?
It's not the first. Well, we've made watches for some brands. I don't know if I'll call them collaborations or not, but we've made corporate watches, quite a number of them. But brand to brand co-designing, I think this would be the first on this scale. Apart from brands coming to us with, you know, their influence in the design to make watches for them, this would be the first
brand to brand
major co-designing thing that we've done. And they are very beautiful pieces. I think people should check them out.
Yeah, and I think it's actually a very good idea to see two Ghanaian brands, work together.
Great, yeah. I mean, Kweku and myself, we've been like two maniacs on the similar journey. So it was really a beautiful partnership to do. And for the City Caravan, I mean, a lot of people wear denim on that
so
occasion.
It's going to be there.
This would be a nice watch to have when you're rocking your denim.
Wow, interesting.
This is interesting.
So now this is where we are with Caveman, doing all the nice and fine things. What is it for the future?
I mean, for everything that we have done so far, I like to just turn a new page. Act like nothing has happened, because
act like nothing has happened.
Yeah, that's
so you're starting new vibe.
That's my mindset every time about the business. When we achieve great stuff and people are really excited, I just flip the page like nothing has happened. So you see people jubilating and I'm very calm. They're like, are you not happy? Like, I'm very happy, but can we move on? Because to create a brand like ours and to maintain it in Ghana, it's an everyday work. I mean, everything you've done in the past doesn't really matter. It's about reinventing the business every day, every day. So I don't really pay attention to what has been done in the past. I'm thankful for it, but I quickly switch. Like, what can we do now? Because consistency is more difficult than anything.
So right now, how many watch collections do you have?
Or like watch models.
Models,
should be about 15-ish.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but we do a lot of bespoke watches, one-of-ones, but on the shelves, we should be looking at around 15.
So on the shelves, where can one say, okay, I'm watching Caveman right now, where will I pass, where will I go and get his watch? Or how do I even get in touch with him to actually say that,
for that part, I know, it's
a customized one for me?
It's Legon.
Yep.
Right opposite the police station.
You got it. That's actually one of our showrooms.
Yeah.
So we have 3 outlets now. Where we started off from in Ajingano.
Yeah,
we still
that was the first one. Oh, it's still there?
It's still there, yeah.
Okay.
It's still there on the same building. And then we have the showroom that everybody knows now opposite the East Legon police station. You can't miss the signage. It's really, very visible. And then we have our factory in East Legon at Addis Ababa Street. Also the Lagos Avenue Road. Which is like where we work from, administrative and
but
production.
You don't sell there?
We have a little showcase there, so sometimes people still come there to make a purchase.
Okay.
So we have 3 locations currently.
That's good.
I want to ask this question. We see you wearing fine watches, doing beautiful watches. How easy or difficult is it to manufacture one?
It's very difficult, especially what we had to do. When anybody in any other part of the world, in the Western world, is making watches, nobody really has an issue. Like, it's normal. But when you tell anybody you're making watches in Ghana, they're all skeptical at first, So I knew,
brand.
I knew I had a lot more work to do compared to the other people, and that led me to do the very difficult things, like making one-of-one watches. It's a very difficult thing in the watchmaking space to make
just one
watch. So I had other watch brands asking me, how are you making one watch for each person at such a relatively affordable price? Look, to say I have a one-of-one wristwatch in the world, it's a very big thing. But we've made it quite accessible for people just because we want to create ambassadors of the brand and having people experience the brand. So it's been very hard making a one-of-one watch. That's why most of the global brands, you can't walk into any watch shop, pick a watch, and begin to change the elements of the design. It's really difficult, but we have to do it because we need people to experience the brand and become ambassadors of the brand. So it's not been easy at all, but we've created the structures, the machinery, trained enough people. And watches are, as I'm here, they are making watches because we've created a structure, right? So
How often do you get calls? Hey, I want you to do a customized watch for me, to either surprise my wife, to surprise my husband. And now that Valentine is coming, more watches.
More watches, more watches. I think majority of our watches are customized.
Okay.
That's the beauty of it, that you can have a watch that you have a personal or sentimental attachment to. A lot of people have watches that they've bought off the shelves from different countries, but to have a watch that carries a piece of sentiment in terms of your personality, it's a beautiful thing. I got a shoe from a friend's brand, Phil and Joe.
Okay.
Phil and Joe had made a shoe for me, and then before making the shoe, he asked me for one of my favorite quotes, and I gave him the Serenity Prayer. So he made a shoe that had the Serenity Prayer written all over it, and that was the first time I received a product that had a
something
piece
about
of,
you.
and I was like, oh, is this how people feel when they get customized watches? Because I loved the feeling, you know. And Valentine being around the corner, I don't think we should take for granted the importance of appreciating people. Look, getting help in this part of the world is very difficult. So if you've had anybody show selflessness towards you, been good to you in any way, an act of appreciation goes a very long way.
Get them a caveman watch.
Get them a caveman watch, preferably customized with their name or their favorite color. Some people even use their zodiac signs, so we put, you know, any element of personalization goes a long way.
Wow. So if one wants to call your outfit and say, hey, I want to watch, how is the person going to do it? Maybe contacts, website, something?
Yes, so our website is cavemanwatches.com. Our social media handles are Caveman Watches on every social media platform. And the call line is 055-751-6744.
So the Caravanites, are you bringing some watches on?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, anywhere we go, the goodies will follow. The goodies follow everywhere we go.
Wow, interesting. Any final words before you take leave of us?
I just want to thank Ghanaians generally for the support that we've received. It's not been an easy journey, but we definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without the support we get from Ghanaians generally. Also to the president for his good work, supporting the local industry, putting us on the global stage. So I'm just very grateful to all the support that we've gotten, and basically that.
All right.
Of course.
Thank you so much. This has been a great conversation, and I'm sure the Caravanites that might be watching right now
and waiting for their watch.
Exactly. I'm so excited to be part of this. But yeah, if you missed this Heritage Caravan, just know that we are going to be bringing everything to you live right here on, you know, Channel One TV.
But hold on. As Caveman Watches here, he is not going to be off the sponsorship again, because if they don't get it 2026, that is the Caravanites, they'll get it in subsequent ones. So,
and the good thing is that now there's a watch brand, so there's no more snoozing.
So
no more snoozing to
you
use.
want to stay.
You're definitely going to stay on time. Anyway, we've been speaking to Anthony Jamafe, who is the CEO of Caveman Watches, and they are definitely part of the Heritage Caravan 10th edition, and you've heard all about them. And now remember that Valentine's is in the corner, so do well to reach out to them and get your loved one some special Caveman watch. Now let us check out some of the highlights of the Heritage Caravan from last year, and of course this will give you an idea of what you might be seeing this year, but better because it's the 10th edition. Let us check it out.
Ago.
Ago.
Alright, are we excited to be at the Gbewa Palace? This is Yendi. We have first timers here. Oh wow, so you are welcome to Yendi, to the Gbewa Palace. Pretty soon, you will see the king in his glory. It's never selfish saying no. Rather, it's healthy. On this episode of Lifeline, we talk about setting boundaries, be it at work, in relationships, and even with family. Join Bishop Fred Kwanchi-Mensah as he talks about how important it is to protect your peace without apology.
Welcome, my dear friends. This is Lifeline, where psychology meets theology to deal with life's complex situations. It is very important that you learn to set boundaries in order to be functional in life.
Boundaries are like invisible walls that is not meant to keep somebody out, but it's like it ends with you, where so walls that show where you end and where I begin.
Okay.
Or where I end and you begin. Because if those ones are not there, I will walk and bump into you.
Lifeline airs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
I need someone to call my own. This February, the month of love, Brunch in the City brings you Love in the City, a warm celebration of romance, connection, and heartfelt moments. From sweet confessions to unforgettable surprises, Love in the City creates space for love to be felt, shared, and celebrated. Love is in the air, and this Valentine's season, hearts are taking center stage. But the big question remains, is your boo truly your boo? Well, join us from 2nd February to 13th February on Brunch in the City and let love lead the conversation. Love in the City. Let's put love to the test. Only 97.3 City FM.
Love in the City 2026 is powered by City FM with support from Channel 1 TV and is proudly sponsored by Africa World Airlines. Africa World Airlines, touching Africa, touching world, and 4 Points by Sheraton.
Anything that is on paper, he can bring to life in the most majestic way. But he's coming to make a very special, very popular Israeli dish. It's of North African origin. Professor Roy Horowitz.
Wow, what an introduction.
Well, you deserve it.
Thank you
It was
so
all
much.
true, wasn't it? Tell us the name of this dish.
Well, it's called shakshuka.
Shakshuka.
Shakshuka, a very basic dish actually, which is very popular in Israel. It's not the national dish. The national dish is called falafel.
Falafel.
Oh, the smell.
Smells delicious.
But full spoons. Full spoons.
Okay.
2 of these.
Okay.
And we need the paprika, the sweet paprika. This is the sweet paprika?
Yes, it is.
So we just cover it and we let it now just cook for some 10 minutes, something like that.
So, shakshuka.
Yeah.
How do we do it?
And what we usually do is that we break the bread and we dip it into the sauce and we take it.
Come on.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Jimmy Mayonnaise, Kivu Spices, and Lily Rice.
Sure. Hello, Shelly. Dilena, Popo Pani, Nanga Finfin, Abadani, Ala Sangondi Dani Momo. Irimuibe, Numiyemo, Komi wa, Kawamu Kweyo, Malumotem. Anatula nanziritim, ayemata yenu yefalni. Anatula nanziritim, anga uwe maleka mutulu bayi tepuro. Asogoro kwe muje, azineka akwena. Ambiri mukudani, bontuma mate ibedanto. Kwena kataraka. Adambawa ba kwena katarayo, kwena kataraka. Ane wula na landa dabeda, kwena kataraka. Andabawa na ya kawudondawa, kwena kataraka. Ojisono oratane na bino, olamutindi jagale, otani na bino. Nizange mbanta yare tete sibawa na bino. Sono su tutoyimo Awuzuliya kwera nemo Atatechira apawu bala Izange yare ndantem derasi bawole Amon konto Vangtiamo alansa tatani mabrimona Amba wena yalo bangamana la kultu tambene Untubaguna fifi kula no kapote Oyiso yuba fiamu sake kulu wantana laka Ibando na bate Uyana dadi se buirani Bedona lok se bi everything Yoda tabalaba Sono owe ola sonomo Sonomo Owe ola sonomo Sonomo Owe ola sonomo Owe ola sonomo Bena kataraka Nabo
Thank you. We continue. Okay. Tantin, Osiwampa Useno Bisupa, Tantin, Izankeli, Tantin, Wontu Balano, Dondela, it was smoother, love and caring. You don't know what happened, love turning to hatred. You wish you had never met that person. Then there will be no need to impress, no need to want, no need for loving, no need for crying over, no need for heartbreak, no need for pain and tears, no need for crying yourself to see. No, no, no. Wonto balano dondela tanten izankeli tanten Osiwampa Useno Bisupa. I'm alone, I don't know what to do. Izankeli, yakere, Izankeli, Jaisu, Izankeli, yakere, Izankeli, Jaisu. Oh, Kayochi, Kayochi, Kafo. Oh, Kayochi, Kayochi, Kafo. Yakere, yakere,
Thank you. The way you did, I never seen man like you. I go follow you till, make them call me Mumu. Them say you dey chop my money. The way you did, I never see one like you. I go follow you till, let them call me Mumu. Them say they chop my money, I know they care me them talk. Sape say you can say, I know you money for change. Let's go. The way you did. Nabo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Michael Adangwa and the Django Band. That was a very nice, performance, and you were dancing.
Well, I did.
People didn't see you dancing, but you were dancing a lot.
Yeah. Just to wind down a bit. As today's Tuesday, people are still being.
But it feels like
a
Thursday for me.
In the office. Why?
I don't know. There's something
I
about
think
the
tomorrow's
air.
a Friday.
It's so easy going.
And then you have a long way to go.
I know.
Yeah, we have a long way to go. We are not done. Happy birthday to Francis Freeman, aka Pojoba. God bless your new age. This is coming from your friend Jacob, and he says that may God bless you for all the things you've been doing, and may you prosper, more money, more favor. And this, like I indicated, is coming from Jacob. Chris, wrapping up the show, I like the interview we had with the CEO of Caveman Watches. I like one thing that he said, that he had to go to the watch repairer.
And
he
learn.
had to go to Cantamanto
with
to
the
learn,
other guys.
to learn and get that information that is needed so that he can produce that good watches that he is producing for us. And mind you, he's going to be on the caravan. Caveman Watches is sponsoring the caravan, the 10th edition. So caravanites, I'm excited for you. You may have good offer on board to get yourself that customized watch. Yeah, he's customizing most of the watches, so you'd want to have it. And also there are other sponsors. We have Hollard,
we have Omnibisic,
we
Baby
have
Shito.
Good Admin,
Gino.
Yeah, we have
Mini-Me.
Thank you, Dachomo. Yes, Dachomo. And I guess envy the caravan. So Admin Granite Paste. That's also the Caveman, like we indicated, is also going to be there.
Timekeepers.
Omnibisic is also going to be there. And
Piva Beverages.
They are drinking unlimited. Yes, unlimited. And we have Didi Shito, like he indicated as well. Whatever food you want to eat, you'd want to add Shito to it. And Gino. Yeah, quality brand. And they are giving us
Hollard Insurance.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
and of course we have Guel too.
Yeah, Guel.
And the Nash Rice also joining us for the first time.
It's going to be there.
Yeah. So
it's going to be from the 1st of March to the 8th of March.
14 regions.
14 regions.
In 1 week.
Yeah, and the caravanites, I still envy you people because you're going to have a lot of fun. Like we've been saying here on the show, if you didn't get the chance to be part of the 10th edition, you can definitely get a chance to be part of the 11th edition, but make sure that your money is ready, because I know the people who are preparing for the 11th edition, we may not even break comps. They may have paid.
Yeah, thousand from now, you'll get there.
So keep your money from now to December, because definitely in the month of January 2027 we'll be breaking comps, and if you do break comps, you'd have to do the payment. It's been an interesting show.
And now, have you realized that this is the only event that we have that we start reminding people about next year?
Well, it's because of how people are eager, and I like this. People are eager to know Ghana, to have an experience, because if you've moved through the 16 regions in this country, you know that you do not know Ghana. There are places that you may not have seen before. Somebody may have stayed in Accra all his life thinking that Ghana is Accra. No. Make sure that you visit Agoti Meziopi. You know Agoti Meziopi? Yeah, go there and you eat Toto Papa. That is where you notice that, no, there is a place in Ghana. So that's in the Volta region. And there are other places as well.
Doing let's go.
Let's go.
With Habel.
Yeah. So there are a lot of places in the country that you would want to visit, but we can make it available here on the Heritage Caravan. So 2027, make sure that you get yourself ready for it. The Caravanites for the 2026 edition are ready, and we are going to kick off from next month, the 1st of March to the 8th of March. I am Philip Nihlate.
And my name is Chris Carter, and we hope to see you tomorrow right here on a brand new episode of Breakfast Daily. Keep watching Channel One TV. Bye.